Showtime.
Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Horror Corner.
Hey, horror fans! Once again, it is the Horror Misermani Theater.
Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land. This is Jen, and Velvet's with me.
Hey guys, welcome to the Trash Picture Show.
Grab some popcorn and take your seat at Trivial Theater.
Remember that horror rules. Ha 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 ha. And welcome, horror fans. Welcome once again to the Horror Hangout live stream. I am, of course, the host this time, the Horror Miser Monty G. Yes, welcome. And as usual, we have our nice panel. Once again, our fearless leader, Sean Patrick Urshan from the Horror Corner. Of course, we have Gobble Gobble. Sean. Is Gobble Gobble Jen? It's Jen's reviews from the graves.
If Marty was here, I'd make a penis joke, but he's not here tonight.
Please so do it for me.
Jen is here to gobble the trash picture shows his penis.
We have my animated girlfriend, Trip from Jen's Reviews from the Grave. Wait,
I'm from Jen's Reviews from the Grave too? Hell yeah! Woohoo!
Say Trip from Trivia Theater. And finally, we got her on. Not only is she one of my favorite horror ghouls, but she is one half of one of my favorite horror couples from the Horror Addicts. Yes, it is the one and only Gory B Movie.
Woo!
Yay!
And of course, the topic for this one, because we are near Thanksgiving, where we give thanks to all the great things that we have been blessed. So we decided to go on ahead and give thanks or rant about some of the baddest, terrible, worst, or even hated horror films that have been blessed upon us in our love of horror films. And Jen was able to come up with some nice questions. The first question that we have is, how do you define a turkey in the horror genre? Is it a film that is objectively bad, poorly made, written, or acted, or is it simply controversial or offensive reasons, or a mixture of all the above? So this time we'll go to our guest, Gory.
Oh, I think my definition is the same for both. It's a movie that did not accomplish what it set out to. If it is done to comedic effect and it's enjoyable, then it's one of those ones that's so bad it's good. But if it's miserable to sit through, then it's just one that you throw in the trash. But ultimately, yeah, same for both.
Yeah, I would agree.
Absolutely.
What about you, Jen?
For me, what a turkey is when you're just sitting there and you're thinking, oh my God, I don't care about the YouTube views. I'm going to give up this video because I can't sit through another goddamn minute of this. You think about, I could gouge out my eyes. I could use that to gouge out my eyes. It's just a miserable sit through. And with me, there's always a tell because I'll stop the movie and I'll do something. And that's never a good sign with me. It's always when I want to get up and do something, do anything but watch the movie. And I think when you want to leave it, that's a bad sign because we're all film guys here. We love movies. And I think when you get a person who loves movies and would rather do anything but watch the movie that's on the screen, that's a turkey for me.
What about you, Sean?
Well, for me, it's a combination of the three most of the time. It's poorly made, written, and acted, all three together. And I think there are some occasions where it might be offensive, not really like morally offensive, but like, say, I'll give an example. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 to me is offensive as a Halloween fan because of the way they disrespected Dr. Loomis. To me personally, I found that offensive, but only
Malcolm
because
McDowell was awesome.
But, I mean,
and part two.
Yes.
I love part 2. I think part 2 is a great
God.
movie about how different people respond to having a traumatic event to them. And in his case, he's pushing people away by being an asshole. It's not the one you know and love, but what would be the point of that? You have the one you know and love.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah,
And
maybe you
it's
can
an
explain.
interesting portrayal. Like Malcolm McDowell does it.
It's all
It's not
subjective,
Donald
you know.
Pleasance. It is
Yeah.
subjective. But we like Gory's saying, and I'm not trying to piggyback off of what you said, but I do agree because we have Donald Pleasance. He was perfection. He was a Dr. Loomis, but I don't think Malcolm McDowell was bad. He gave an interesting, a different. Okay, we have. I always think of Rob Zombie as like, okay, this is a different. Like, okay, we had this, but what about this? And it's in its own little world. It's part of the Halloween franchise, but it's over in another neighborhood somewhere. And I think if you look at it like that, but then I can understand people who really love Halloween. I can understand how you guys might be gnashing your teeth at Rob Zombie's vision.
Yeah, for me, it's like some people who truly love the original Predator, and that's their version of the Predator, and they can't accept any other version other than the Predator. Because them, that's them. Some people have that same way. When it comes to that character of Dr. Loomis, they only see Donald Pleasance. Any other character or anything else, they really can't see that. Now, nothing against Malcolm McDowell's performance I would say in the first Halloween. The second Halloween, I won't say more of him. I think it was more what Rob Zombie wrote. For him, first being the caring and looking after Michael, and now he's just a money grubbing guy who just wants to take advantage of everybody and all because he wants to have fame. Kind of, I don't know what Rob was thinking when he decided to take Loomis in that direction. It was kind of put offish to me. I didn't find it offensive, but I found it a little offish. It didn't seem fit his character track, from what he was doing in the first Halloween, and now this is what you want. So that's why I guess he decided to have him redeem himself at the end. He redeemed himself then, but to me, that it was our mistake. I think it would have been better if he did play this character a little more low key, like he was afraid, or he felt it was his own fault for what happened to Michael in the first Halloween, and then he goes through a character arc, then all of a sudden he decides to redeem us. I think that should have been a better way. Rob Zombie should have taken that particular aspect instead of the way he did it before. Because to me, it doesn't make any sense character-wise.
I feel like you need to have different. He's showing how different people respond to those traumatic events. Though we have Lori, who she is blaming herself, and she is that person who's giving you what you're asking for in Loomis. Loomis is the person who's pushing people away, which is a traumatic response. He wants you to hate him because he does feel like the villain. We see a lot of places where he has regrets for how he left Michael. And then you have Annie, and she's trying to pick up the pieces and care for the people she has left over. So I feel like if he was that, then we would just have another Laurie Strode, and Laurie Strode's already giving us that. But
Well,
I am one of the rare people who love that movie. It's one of my favorites in the franchise. So
I like it too.
I'm the unpopular opinion.
I don't think so at
heard,
all.
No, you're not the only one. It's just an
and I know people
example.
hate zombies.
For me personally, that's all. Yeah.
I would
and
say
I
too that
completely respect your opinions. I guess I'm more just trying to speak up for like the small margin of us who actually find enjoyment. So
I would say too that like there's been so many stories told with Michael Myers and with Dr. Loomis, and to try and make it stand out, give it a different perspective and something interesting, I think that's not always the easiest thing, especially when there is so much expectation on the characters across the board.
And a beloved character. Like horror fans, we're serious about Michael Myers. So yeah, and Rob Zombie's controversial. Like that's just you either like his stuff or you don't. There's very few people who are middle of the road with his stuff.
I also want to point out that he is deranged in the actual Donald Pleasance ones. At one point, he's like, "Michael, take the girl," with little baby Danielle Harris in his hands. Like he's in her face shouting at her, all scarred up. Like boy goes crazy, and I love it. I'm here for it.
I like part 5 too. I have her.
That one's like, gosh, it reminds me a lot of like the Italian films. It just goes into some crazy territory, but I am so here for it.
I think that's Dan
Nice.
making his presence.
Yeah.
What's up, Dan?
Not me. I mean, Dan does all the horror.
Dan.
Horror Addicts is his channel, and I have my own channel.
Nice.
Okay, let's see. What are the, oh, Trip. Trip. Almost forgot about you, Trip.
Thanks. For me, a turkey. I'm kind of like Corey and Jen. My tastes definitely go more towards like movies that, if you Google turkeys, you're gonna find a lot of the movies that kind of fall into that. But I think across the board, whether you're talking horror or otherwise, a movie that gobbles your time is definitely a turkey.
Mhm.
Sorry, that was a terrible
That
pun.
was good. I appreciate
That was good.
I love a fun.
But I would say, and I think I'm going to come back to this a couple more times, but like those movies that don't have passion or something behind them, like obviously there are going to be cash grab movies, and some of them are great and some of them are terrible. But if you're sitting there and like, oh, we're making a bad movie, and you're winking so hard, you're breaking your eye, there's a real issue with that. And those movies to me are the ones above and beyond that kind of represent the real deep down turkeys.
Mhm.
Like if you
yeah.
can have fun with them in a group setting, there is some redemptive qualities there, but if there's not passion behind them, not something that makes it beyond, well, we have 17 sequels to this, I guess we need to make another. I mean, if you're not going to bring something to the table
Yeah.
that makes it different than everything that came previous, or at least attempt that, I would rather have a movie that bombs the box office but has some redeeming qualities, as compared to one that makes a franchise go on and on without a soul.
So the turkeys are like the Thanksgiving guests that don't bring anything to the dinner.
Yes, and then they expect you to pull out your best wine. Why did you sit me at the kitty table? Because you're an asshole. Go away.
They're the ones that eat everything.
Yes.
The ones that eat it, take the largest portions. They didn't bring anything, but they take the largest portions of the food.
And then after the meal, they go for the wishbone. It's like, you asshole.
As far as I'm concerned, it depends. Mostly, it's poorly written, badly acted. There's no passion, because you can actually have a low budget film, but you can see the passion and from how they were directed, how the actors act, and they can still be an effective film, but it's just a poor budget. But you can have a highly budget film, but it's poorly, because a couple of the films that we're going to be talking about, I know people are going to talk about. You can have a film that's has a major budget, good director, some good stars, but it's just poorly acted. There's no passion. There's nothing there. And that's where you get the really bad movies. It's like, oh, come on, man. Y'all could do better than that. Is that the best y'all can do? But there are some films that obviously that I know will offend a lot of people. There's one movie that I know I'll be talking about offended a lot of people. And I won't say offend, but for me, it's like, you have a message, but you try to jam it through the audience throats. And it's like, okay, yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but there's no need to slam it in through my throat. Let me enjoy the film. I get your message, but you shouldn't have to see you slam, bam, bam, bam. Oh, that's my wife back there. That's Kelly.
Hi, Kelly.
Hello.
They're all waving at you, Kelly. She just walked on by. Give me a second.
Kelly G, Angel Among Us.
Absolutely.
Oh,
So now that
Danny
he's
went there,
gone.
Jen.
Now, which remake are we talking about? The one, or are we talking about the one with Carrie Elwes? Because I love Flesh Cookies remake. I love Flesh
Well, he
Cookies.
said Xmas, Black Xmas.
Yes, that one sucked.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Oh yeah. Dan knows what I'm talking about. Oh, there you go. What's up, Full Moon?
Hey, Chris.
Yeah. That I'm pretty sure that's going to be coming up, because that's one example of a film that not only is a bad film, but the people who made it were trying to force the message down our throats, and that's something that we don't need. I mean, if you want to talk about women's rights and feminism, that's fine, but you shouldn't have to slam it down our throats.
The thing that's upsetting about this, because I actually don't mind a movie where you're very passionate about your message. I don't know if it's necessarily the best movie, but I might want to hear what you have to say. The problem with that is she undoes her own message. And a big part of it was because she didn't want to do Black Christmas. She wanted to do Slumber Party Massacre. But at the end of it, you find out that the black goo is why the guys did it all. So it's not.
Yeah, no,
really
that make no sense.
What are you trying to say here? It doesn't make any sense. The other thing is, as a woman and somebody who believes in that message, it's a good message. But if you don't execute it well, you're doing more harm to the cause than good. So, like, please sit down. We don't want you speaking for us.
Yeah, exactly. And I also didn't like that they vilified, like, at least the movie portrayed that every man was just evil and bad. And as a mother of a son, that bothers me too, because that's a dangerous message to say that the whole group is bad. I believe they did that in the 40s with not very good results. So that really bothered me too with that movie.
And what is the black goo? Is the black goo like a metaphor for alcohol? So it wasn't really their fault. Like, I don't get it.
It's like, what are you doing? It's like, not all men are bad. It's like, what are you doing? It's like
two lovely men right here.
I know, yeah. It's like, and then they had to rip off one of the best jump scares in The Exorcist 3, and they had to do that. I was like, oh God, now you lost me.
Bad movie.
All right, the question.
You do that outside.
That's where you do the black goo?
You do the black goo outside.
Oh, okay. Got it. I'll take the bucket out. Sorry.
Don't drag Carrie Elways into this. Like, we leave him alone.
He did not want to be in that movie. You could tell. He just was like,
tell.
yeah.
It must have been a paycheck for him, because you can tell he did not want to be in that movie. I was like, darn, what are you doing?
There's a lot of great performers into that, and I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Paycheck.
All right. Is there a difference between a bad horror film or a fun bad horror film? What pushes a bad horror film into a cult classic? Jen?
Okay, well, again, like movies, it's all subjective, and I know there's going to be some movies, because one of my questions tonight is like, what is some movies that everyone loves, but you think, really? It's all subjective. So, like, for me, a bad movie, like we all know, we watch movies and stuff, so we know that maybe but if you're having fun with it, I can give it a pass. If a movie just kind of just lets me have a good time, I can like High Tension. It's not a good movie if you look at it on the thing, but it's one of my favorites because I have so much fun with it. But if I was looking at it logically, we've got big holes in that plot movie, but I love it. So, like, I think sometimes if you're having a good enough time with it, then you can give it a pass. But everyone's different ideas of what to give a pass to is different. But for me, it's if you have a good time with it, if you watch it on repeat a lot.
What about you, Sean?
Bonjour.
Oh boy. I'd say a truly bad film is something that, like Jen's saying, that you don't enjoy watching, that it's hard to get through, and a lot of times it's like lazy writing or poor writing, or is illogical, there's no logic to it. You could have bad pacing where it just drags like a slug, or the plot goes nowhere, or just cringeworthy dialogue. There's so many reasons, but I'd say like a fun bad movie is something like that they had all intentions of making a movie, but just failed miserably, and sometimes that could be fun because the spirit is there. They gave it the old college try, but they failed. Or sometimes like the acting can be so bad and so over the top that it's fun. Things like that. Like, I'll give an example: Aunt Martha and Sleepaway Camp. I mean,
yes, I love her.
So over the top, ridiculous. Like,
but it's a good
horrible,
clue
funny to
for
watch.
the ending, right?
It explains a lot. It does, because you kind of think, okay, there's some problems in this family. That's why, it makes sense.
They're remaking that, and if they don't cast Felissa Rose in that role, I'm gonna be so sad.
Yeah, no, yes, yeah. Not surprising that I'm surprised it took them this long to decide to make a remake of Sleepaway Camp, but
They've been
yeah,
working on it for a long time, but it's finally happening.
yeah.
Oh,
So
that's
good
really
for
happening, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I just talked to Felissa Rose at HorrorCon in Washington, so she
Nice.
says they're working on it.
Yeah, because I seen a couple articles, one on Bloody Disgusting and one on Dead Central that that they're in talks of trying to get that remade, and obviously her name was mentioned a couple of times. They see even she was starring it, and well, probably not obviously not at, but having her as Aunt at the Aunt in
That
that
would
particular film.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she wants to do that too, but she's also working behind the scenes on it. So that's where she's involved right now. Is they're just trying to get it going.
Well, and that makes sense, being that she's done all those
Nice.
roles as she's moved along too. So
Mm.
It's got to be better than Return to Sleepaway Camp. It's got to.
Oh
be
yes.
Indeed.
Oh, yeah, agreed.
Oh man, now you want to talk about a bad horror movie?
Oh man, that one broke my heart. That was like, no.
Oh God, that
Oh, my-
kid, that guy.
Mhm.
Oh my God, the main character in that's so terrible.
The frogs.
The frogs.
Tell me about the
John, you look
frogs,
a little
George.
bewildered, and I'm assuming it's because you haven't seen it. And don't watch it. Don't watch it out of curiosity because it's miserable.
No,
Frog Boy ruined the movie.
he did.
Oh
And
man.
Weed wasn't good either. And his CGI death. Worst CGI I think I've ever seen.
Oh no, I've seen worse CGI than Return of Sleepaway Camp. That film will
Okay.
get mentioned. Okay, what about you, Trib?
As I kind of said above, it's about kind of intent for me as to what makes a bad movie really, really bad. Also, like, if you're going to have a bad movie, go balls to the walls with it. You know, if a movie, the worst thing in my mind that a movie can be is boring. And if it's not fun for you personally to watch, if it's not fun in a group setting, unless obviously the intent is it for it to be more serious, I think that can spoil it real quick. But yeah, it's about the passion. It's about, you know, regardless of budget and everything else, it comes down to, you know, what was the intent with it.
Mhm.
And yeah, across the board, if it's even with the violence and stuff, like there are some movies where they go so over the top and they just keep pulling and pulling and pulling gore, and it's like, okay, did you trying to hit runtime? Because whether you're talking like good movies or bad, like people stretch for runtime.
I would agree.
But yeah, as far as what makes a cult movie, like there's a lot of movies that try to become cult, and it's something that you can't force, because there's a lot of movies that try to go cult and they can't. It's one of those random things. How did Eyes Wide Shut become a cult movie? I don't know, but here we are.
I think they tried really hard to do that with Megan 2.0, which isn't bad, but they tried really hard to make it a cult movie, and it's not.
Right. Well, it's like the follow-up to Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's the same thing. They tried to do that with Shock Treatment. Shock Treatment is a fantastic movie, but you can't force that. There's no formula.
Yeah, lightning in a bottle kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. It's time and place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because the Rocky Horror Picture Show was banned by everyone, didn't make a lot of money, and all of a sudden it became a cult classic.
Yeah.
Now everyone wants to to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show now.
Yeah. Or look at something like and this is really not deep cut per se, but like Deathbed. Like that movie was lost for ages, and people, you know, it kind of made its way through the underground, and it popped up someplace, and people are like, oh my God, I've heard about this movie for years.
And a lot of that is due to Patton Oswalt's stand-up comedy, where he was talking about how people try really hard to get a movie made, and then there's Deathbed, and so people sought it out.
Love Deathbed.
Deathbed,
the bed that eats.
Yes. And it's a real bed. There's no way in hell it's not real, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm preaching to the choir on that one, so.
Mm-hmm. Cult movies just happen. The same is true as bad, it's so good. Funny crap movies happen by accident. It's not horror, but the room was intended to be serious drama.
Oh,
yeah. It's bad, but unfortunately, it's so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah,
About that. That's why people actually enjoy the room.
Yeah, it's like
I love The Room. The Room's
Mhm.
fun.
absolutely, and it was those midnight movies. Like it's
I
you
did
know
not
Tommy
hurt
Wiseau.
her.
I did not mean to. Hey, hi,
Oh my
Mark.
gosh. I need to see you do the whole stage play of The Room now.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you know, how many of you guys own Me Underwears by Tommy Wiseau? Because if you bought the DVD for a while, you could actually get the underwear with it.
That's amazing. I wish I did.
That
I'm him to
might
sign
be
my
a fun.
football.
Oh no, no, no,
Oh, yeah, the
no,
sequel to it,
no,
Jesus.
no,
No.
no,
No.
no. Sorry,
But then there's
no.
also movies like Killer Condom, and you just hear the name of it and you think, but actually, it's kind of a deep movie. And if you look at it in a more, like in a more analytical way, you can go, "Oh wow, this movie's a movie called Killer Condom, of all things, is actually saying something about our society." It's
And
interesting.
the fact that it was distributed by Trauma of all people, but it
Yeah,
does,
no.
you know, it's talking about the AIDS crisis and it's talking
It
about
is.
all of these things. And I mean, a politician taken out by a condom on the back of a rubber ducky. I mean, if that's not a political statement, I don't know what is.
I feel like there's a third category here somewhere in the middle where it's not so bad it's good. It's not just bad. There's also movies that are kind of labeled bad by the mainstream, and then horror fans are like, no, you guys didn't get it. Look at something like Jennifer's Body. Everyone said that was a big bomb, and now people are like, no, this is actually really good. It just was
Yeah,
not
no, yes.
in its
Yeah,
day.
that's a
Halloween
prime
3 is getting a
example.
revival. A lot of movies, I feel like Leprechaun, unironically, is a good movie. I did a whole video about that. There's
Yeah.
a lot of movies that I think get labeled as bad movies, and I know we're going to talk about some more of them later on, but Jennifer's Body, I think, is one of the best examples. It's a really good, smart film, but they marketed it poorly, and so the wrong audience saw it, and it was lambasted as this terrible film for a long time. One where people would come over to my house and they're like, Jennifer's Body, and I'm like, yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Do you also think that there's a little bit of misogyny because that is a very women-centric movie? And do you think there's just some people that are like, we don't, they thought it was going to be, two hot girls making out, and that's not exactly what
I
it's
feel
about.
like the studio misunderstood it. So the studio was like, well, you've got Megan Fox and she's hot, so we're going to market it this way. We're going to show the kiss and everything. And so you had people going, okay, it's going to be about a hot girl killing people. And yes, that's a part of it, but you got the wrong audience seeing it. So the misogyny is not in the audience. The misogyny is on the studio. I think one of the best examples of misogyny demonstrated by studios is another movie that gets a lot of hate and is very, very good. The Final Girls, which kind of went under the radar. Beautiful movie, makes me cry every time. But when they pitched it to the studio, they said, that's just not going to work. So we need to change the mother-daughter dynamic to a romantic couple, or horror fans who are largely men aren't going to want to see it. And that's how you'll keep your rated R. And the guys who made the movie said, that's definitely not going to happen. That is the core of our movie. And they said, okay, well, if you're going to make a chick flick horror film, you're going to have to make it PG-13 and cut out all the breasts and the blood, because women don't like that, which is just shows how little the money people, the studio people, understand horror fans.
Well, and look at any movie that's come out that's had
we
a
lost
heavy audience or women's audience, and they're like, "Oh my god, women came out to see this movie! Holy shit!" It's just like, have you been in a theater? Have you watched something on streaming? That we enjoy movies just as much as anyone else. Yeah.
Sorry, Sean, we lost you.
And to add to what you guys were saying about what makes a cult
Sorry about
movie,
that.
That's okay.
I think what makes a cult movie is primarily it's memorable. And you can't force that by trying to go outside the box. There's something about it that makes it memorable. So look at the Room. And it, honestly, I want to say intent is a big part of it, but sometimes the people who make the movie have completely the wrong intent. Look at Friday the 13th. They just wanted to rip off Halloween. And that movie's a classic. I mean, we love it, but their intent was garbage. And, but then maybe again, it could be that, there's passion in the actors and stuff. Like somebody in the process, and a lot of people make a movie, had passion for it. But yeah, I think it really just comes down to, was the movie memorable? So like my favorite, I guess, cult movie of all time, the one I'm wearing the shirt of, is Uninvited. And I just tell people it's the movie about the mutant cat on a boat that pukes up a smaller mutant cat. Like I can tell you what it's about in one line because it's so memorable. There's nothing else like it in the world. Or The Suckling, the aborted fetus that kills a whole brothel full of people. It's memorable. It's not like everything else. And I think a lot of our cult classics come down to they did something that we hadn't seen before. You mentioned Killer Condom. That's another great example. Something about it is really memorable. And like Rocky Horror, you guys talked about that. I mean, what's more memorable than Rocky Horror?
Oh, yeah.
Another one would be Sleepaway Camp, and that was a total accident. But for a long time, that was basically the only trans representation we had, whether it was good or bad. And I know some of the trans community see it as a negative thing, but there were other people who really, it was the only thing they had to cling on to, and it really helped. And it was that wasn't what the movie was even trying to say, but people latched onto it and held on to it. And so that's a very special movie, even though it didn't have any intent. Sometimes those are kind of magic movies that it stumbled into something.
Well, the controversy with Sleepaway Camp is it's not a trans movie because that was done to Angela. They did not choose it, so they were not necessarily born that way. However, if you go to Sleepaway Camp 2, Unhappy Campers, then they do choose that.
Yeah.
So then I think you can call that a trans movie. But I do think the way that the original Sleepaway Camp looks at sexuality and stuff is really interesting and makes it a genuinely good movie. I wouldn't say that's a so bad it's good. I actually really like it.
Oh, I do too. I think it's a wonderful movie. And I like that they give Angela a little bit more sympathy. She's the only decent person in the movie. But a lot of trans people held on to it, even though it wasn't necessarily a trans movie, but they held on to it because there wasn't much representation. So it's special for that reason.
Well, and I think it is because, I mean, even though they didn't choose it, that is a person who is really a boy, who was born a boy, who didn't ask to be dressed up as a girl, and they're being forced to play this role. And I think that's something a lot of trans people can identify with.
Exactly. Yeah.
As somebody who's not trans, just speaking from a cis point of view.
I'm a mother of a trans, so that's
What does Velvet what does Velvet think about Sleepaway Camp?
The Sleepaway, they understand why some trans people have problems. There's a lot of people that have problems with it, and it was made back in the day, very early 80s and stuff. But for the time, I think it did have some sensitivity, and what they really like about it is that it does show Angela as probably one of the few decent characters in that movie, and it shows how, like what Gory was saying, how you have to pretend to be something you're not, and that's something trans people can, you have to hide sometimes, not just because for rejection from family, being afraid you might be physically hurt. That's something that really struck with them. So but they love it. Sorry Triff.
No, that's okay. I apologize. That's another thing I think that makes a good cult movie. Like the audience, like Gory was saying, the audience that sometimes first sees the movie isn't the audience that movie was made for, but eventually most of them do find their audience. And that's what makes it cult. That's what makes Sleepaway Camp, Rocky Horror, all that stuff. Like those movies found their crowd.
And Sleepaway Camp too, that's another one because back in the day, we didn't have the horror community on the internet. And so I think a big part of the reason it got its kind of second look is because they made a joke on it on Robot Chicken. And they're like, has anyone even seen this? And that was what made me go to the video store and find it. So because it did spoil the ending, but I was like, okay, now I have to see this.
No, because when I saw that they made a sequel, when I saw they made a sequel of Sleepaway Camp 2, it just caught my attention because you had cute Angela with a backpack with a hockey mask and a Freddy's Club on it. I was like, "Ooh, this is interesting. I gotta take a look at this because I really love the first Sleepaway Camp." So that's what made me buy it. It made me want to not buy it, but watch it. And I was actually entertained.
I saw the second one before I saw the original one because it was the only
classic cover. That's not Pamela Springsteen.
Pamela Springsteen.
Yeah, it's not Pamela Springsteen. Yeah, that's why I said some cute hot girl.
Melissa Rose is also cosplayed as that, which I think is really cute.
And that is that Springsteen. If you're wondering, yes, that is that Springsteen.
Yeah, for me, I think there's a huge difference when it comes to obviously bad horror films or even fun horror films that are bad but fun and eventually become cult classic. You could always tell that the film wasn't good, but at least they tried, and you get some good laughs. But a bad horror film or a bad movie in general is just bad. This is plain and simple. You can always tell the difference between the two. So for me, it's always interesting when during the horror movies during the 70s that I saw, there were a lot of bad 70s horror films. But for me, like Abby, it's a bad horror film, but it was still funny. I enjoyed it.
And
It
fun.
was ridiculous. It was obviously a ripoff of The Exorcist, but it was funny. I enjoyed it.
And I think ultimately, like I very rarely see something as just completely lacks value, because I think that is value. You got value from entertainment, whether or not that was the kind of entertainment they intended. You got value from it, so you can enjoy something for all the wrong reasons. But if you're still enjoying it, that's value, as opposed to something like, I'm sorry, guy in the chat, Shark Exorcist, where I was like, it's poorly made, it's poorly acted. I'm not enjoying this. I'm personally getting zero value. But for Jason Callan, it has value, and therefore it deserves to exist in the world.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
Exactly.
look, someone has to like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
someone
mean,
has
it
to like
has
There are
interesting
some
sound
rebels
design
that-
because of the heavy breathing, you know?
it. I mean, put it this way: as much as I love Abby, I just could not take Blackenstein seriously at all.
We talked about Blackenstein.
no, yeah.
I was like, I told you I finally saw Blackula, and I'm like, wait a second, this is good. Why
Uh-huh.
is this good? It's well acted. It's got a good story. It's doing Jordan Peele stuff before.
I know
Jordan
it's
Peele.
actually
Yeah.
a good movie.
And I went down a whole blaxploitation rabbit hole. Next time I get is Blackenstein, I'm like, oh honey. I'm like, okay, we're gonna stop here.
Yeah, because some people still can't believe that's a movie. I said, nope, there is a film called Blackenstein. Yes.
I love that we've both seen it.
It's not a bad movie. It's fun.
Yeah, very fun.
It is fun. It is fun. Absolutely.
Okay, did I ask you, Jen, or did I get you already?
Yes, you did. You got me.
Okay, all right. Now we're getting into the groove. Name 5 horror films that you absolutely hate and tell me why. We'll start with you, Sean.
Ooh.
Sean?
You okay, Sean?
I feel like Sean's having internet
Yeah,
issues or
but
something.
Yeah,
He's
I
got a
think so
delay.
too.
Yeah, I think so too. No. Jason.
Sean, you there, buddy?
I
You
don't know
okay,
that
Sean?
one. Yeah, I think so.
Did you hear the question I said?
So am I the first one?
Yeah.
The first victim?
I'm interested.
Well, I know damn well Monty G's not gonna like my number one choice. Freddy's
Uh-oh.
dead.
Oh!
I hate Freddy's dead. I'm sorry, but to me,
You're not the only. You're
it's
not
an
the only one.
embarrassment to the franchise. To me, it's an embarrassment to the franchise. Just a complete parody.
He's on a freaking broomstick. Like, how can we
joke, you
take
know,
it
and it was sad
seriously?
for me to see how far franchise had fallen from the original film.
But the sperm, Sean, the sperm.
No.
And
Those are
my number
night
2 would be,
heathens.
now I could pick any movie, any sequel in this franchise. The Howling,
But Sybil Danning.
Howling
Yeah,
6,
they're
The
cool.
Freaks, because that was the point for me where I just completely gave up. I'm like, that's it, out, I'm done.
Everyone talks about Howling the Marsupials Part 3, but New Moon Rising, guys.
Like,
what
what the
even
hell
more
am I watching
Moon
right
Rising?
Number 3 to be The Bastard Child that is Halloween Resurrection.
Ooh.
Interesting.
I could go on for an hour about how bad that movie is. But I remember I was so excited, and when I first saw it in theaters, and everybody was, it was a bunch of kids in the audience, and everyone was screaming and having a great time. And then when I got on DVD, wow, what was I thinking? This movie sucks.
Tell us how you really feel.
I feel like it was just a cash grab on the name of the Halloween franchise.
They've never done that.
I just feel
Sean.
like it was cheap. I don't feel like they ever intended to make a good movie. I feel like it was just a straight cash grab and undoing what they did so well in H2O, right? With the ending, they blew that out of the water and it was horrible. It's like Scooby Doo.
You don't like
And
Scooby-Doo?
number 4, I don't know if you guys have heard of this one called Orgy of the Dead. It was screenplay was by Ed Wood, and that's kind of what drew me to it.
Opening.
And I'm like, oh my god, dude. And it had Criswell in it, the amazing Criswell, and some chick that looked like Vampira, whatever. And all it is like they kidnap this young couple and they tie them to the tree or whatever and make them watch people stripping. That's the whole movie. Like,
I mean, that was
each
kind of
girl
Ed
is
Wood
dressed
after
like
a certain point.
a zombie or a mummy or whatever. Like, that's the whole movie, literally.
It's a spooky nudie cutie.
With that Woody.
This book's got wood, Sean. This book's got wood.
And my number 5 is going to be King Kong Lives.
Ooh.
I remember being so excited to see that one and going to the theater. Wow, King Kong's back after the we hadn't seen one since the 70s. The remake with Jeff Bridges and all that. I'm like, wow, this is really bad. He's got a family. He's got Mrs. Kong and a little baby. I'm like, oh.
I saw that as a kid.
That's
so
supposed
with
to be
kid
the
goggles,
sequel
I liked
to.
it.
That's supposed to be the sequel to the Jeff Bridges King Kong.
That's my picks.
Mm-hmm.
Good picks.
Okay. All right, Gory.
Interesting. Ooh.
Well, oh my gosh, strap in because we got some to talk about. So for me, I mean, honestly, like I really try to be objective when I talk about films, and I try to think, does anyone have value for this? And for me, the ones I think are the worst are the ones that actually do harm, or that I think are actually like it's fine to make art, but if your art does harm, that's where I personally get upset. And even then, I make exceptions. I mean, Jaws has done so much harm to sharks, but it's fucking Jaws, so I like it. So one of them is Scary at 61st. I don't know if anyone saw that. It was garbage. It was poorly acted, poorly directed, but it also just really is. I really hate any of the movies where they try to make a fictional movie out of something that really happened, particularly when this one deals with the Epstein case. So that's still very fresh. We have victims out there and they're making this erotic thriller about it. And it's really gross because at one point the girl like acts like she's 13, like they're fetishizing children and abuse against children.
Ugh.
And then they bring they try to make a satanic panic movie. They misuse pentacles, being a Wiccan. So I hated it for that reason too. Like this movie is so outrageously offensive, and I realize it's trying to be. So I guess it achieved what it wanted to, but it's done so poorly that I hate this movie. So the next one I would say I really hate, and this is very controversial, but hear me out. Strange Darling. That one made me so angry. It came out, I think, last year. Everybody fucking loves it. And I get it. The performances are good. But not a single damn woman was involved in that movie. Not in production, not in writing, not in directing. This is an anti-Me Too movie. It should have been handled better. And why I say that is because the person, we find out the woman in it, who, again, wonderfully acted. She is going up to people saying, I've been attacked, I've been assaulted. That's how she gets close to people, and then she kills them. So the horror of this movie is that a woman would be lying about being attacked. Now, here's the real nail in the coffin, and this is what pisses me off about it. This movie was produced by Miramax. They haven't done a whole lot of movies since the Weinstein thing, but this is the biggest one that's come out. And I guess when they pitched it to them, they pitched it to a few different studios, and Miramax was like, no, we've got it. And I can't help but think it's because they want to be a part of this, trying to shift the narrative around the Me Too movement, which really hurt their studio. But it's gross and I hate it. And I know a lot of people love it, but I just feel like that movie's doing a lot of freaking harm.
Interestingly, I loved it too, but my daughter Velvet had pretty much the same thing you said, did not like it, said it saw very lot of misogyny. And we were talking about the movie, and then I heard what I was saying out loud. Sometimes maybe you can't believe women. And my daughter just sort of looked at me and like, do you hear yourself? And I'm like, oh yeah, I get it. But the movie
We're
was
not
so
there
good.
yet.
Like,
There are
like
very
the
few
non-linear
cases
storyline.
where someone's actually lying about being assaulted. More often than not, we do need to believe women. That's why. That's the thing. It's like when people like with the whole Black Lives Matter things, the people who are like all lives matter are like, yes, we know that. The reason we're saying that is because they matter too. With Me Too and with Believe Women, yes, there are women who are full of shit, but more often than not, they're not believed. They're
More
not
often
listened
than
to.
not.
They
Yeah.
are thrown out of court cases because it's the promising young man who's more important. And we are still in this place. So we don't need an anti-Me Too movie right now.
No, we
Never.
don't. We don't. And
Makes
I
me
and
so
I know this from
angry, and I don't
experience.
get angry about a lot,
I didn't go to
especially movies.
Mhm.
That one, this
I
one's a
agree
really
with you.
easy
I
one.
didn't go to the
And again, the money from that produced by Miramax, everyone who saw that, you put money in Harvey Weinstein's pocket.
Oof.
That makes me
Yeah.
just disgusted.
He got a gold
So-
cane out of the deal, I'm sure.
It's gross.
That's
I
I
really
find that
do.
very interesting because my daughter felt the same way that you did about that movie and said it was a
I would
really
say
good
your daughter's
movie on a
very
technical
perceptive.
level, but yeah. They
But
but
yeah, it's
just
a hot
didn't like
take.
the
I
movie.
know everybody loves it. So I
Mhm.
think more people need to look at the name on the production thing and think twice about what they're being, who's telling you this story. I think
Mhm.
you can do a movie that does tackle the opposite side, maybe, but you need to have a full female production staff, and it needs to
Yeah.
be done delicately, not by the Harvey Weinstein company.
Mhm.
So that one makes me angry. I hate being angry. I really do. It doesn't feel good. But here, continuing on my rants, I like to vouch for the movies that everybody dismisses. So, hey, baby, now my dog's angry. We're all angry. This one, again, another hot take, the Child's Play remake. Okay, it's got a great score. The acting is decent. It's really not, that's not what pisses me off about it. I firmly believe that one of the only truly passionate film franchises we have is Child's Play. I mean, I know we love Halloween, but John Carpenter dropped that baby off at the firehouse by the second movie. Most people didn't have the passion where this is Don Mancini's baby that he has carried from the time it was born through his college days to now. He's still creating. He's still passionate about that. The actors involved are passionate about that. And if the remake had done well, the series he was producing would have been canceled. It makes me so upset that a bunch of money people almost took away this man's livelihood, his passion, his life's work to make a few extra dollars. And it's not even Child's Play. It's basically the original Megan movie. It's an AI film. So why don't they just call it something else? In its own right, it's a decent film. But the fact that they put Child's Play on it to try to take advantage of a loophole because Don Mancini doesn't have rights to the original Child's Play is gross and upsetting.
Yeah.
And I absolutely, my husband, and again, if you guys love it, I'm not having hate against you. I don't have a hate against like anybody for liking a movie, but like my husband, his sister took him to the movie and he's like, do you want to go? I'm like, fuck no. But you go have a good time. I will be pirating that shit.
Go ahead, Jen. I know you're dying to say it.
See, I'm not the only one. Remember what I told you both? I said, hashtag not my Chucky. She said the same things I was saying. It was fucking bullshit. That movie sucked. I mean, it was fine. It was perfectly fine, but it fucking sucked, especially enduring to the fucking Child's Play
I knew this
franchise.
was
Fuck
coming.
my fucking Chucky. I hated that movie.
Put on your umbrellas. Ah!
I told you, Monty. See, I'm not the only one. It was fucking bullshit.
So yeah, I
I
knew how Gory felt
You're on my
about
screen.
Child's Play. I knew Gory about Child's Play, so I was waiting for her to say that before you to go do your famous rant.
I feel like I've probably like made so many people mad with my picks so far, but let's just keep going.
Highly agree.
The next one, and this is just my personal line, and I understand that I watch a lot of movies where murder is used for comic relief, so I know that this is not everybody's line. If it's not your line, I am not judging you, but I really am upset when sexual assault is used for comedic effect. So I'm gonna put these two movies together because one is one that nobody has seen, but one is Night of Something Strange, where it's supposed to be funny that this person's raped by a zombie, and then they create this zombie STD, and it's not funny, it's gross. And the one I'm gonna say that everyone has seen is Street Trash. I really hate Street Trash. Everyone thought I would like it because a dong gets chopped off and tossed around, and yeah, that part was pretty good. And I like some of the special effects, but most of it is really boring and drawn out. And then what upsets me is there's a very dramatic scene that's played for laughs where a woman is like gang raped, and I just, for me, that is not funny, and it's just something that I feel like we still have people who brush off sexual assault as, well, boys will be boys and it's not that big of a deal. And I think it's one of the worst things you can do to another human. So especially when men are making a movie where it's used for comedic effect, I am very turned off, and it's just not for me. It makes me angry. Wow, I'm like on my soapbox right now. What?
That's okay. I think that movie too drew so much, like it was trying to make people pissed. And not that that's good, but I think that's generally speaking what they were aiming for.
Well,
I'm not backing that up. That bugged me too quite a lot with that part.
That is trauma. I mean, if you look at Poltergeist, it's egregiously racist and sexist, and that is what trauma does. And that's why I'm not a trauma fan. If it's for you, that's awesome. I actually loved the new Toxic Avenger, but it's not for me. So for me, that's where I would not be interested in the film. But no shade against anybody who does love it. Like I said, I like Treevenge, where a baby is stomped to death by a Christmas tree. We all have our lines, guys.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I liked Serbian film, so fuck you and your baby.
I like Serbian film too. I did. I have it on my wall here.
Yeah.
It's just for me, that's my life.
Suburban film was one of the most disturbing films I ever saw. So but I really didn't have a problem with it because it was just part of the story, it was part of the plot. But I won't see it again, though.
Gory, I need to make a recommendation. You might have already seen it. It came out in 2004. There is a movie called Bystanders, and it does use comedic elements, but it's never at the rape victim. It is at the people committing it, and it's a fucking brilliant movie, and I think you would really like it. It's a rape revenge film.
I love disturbing movies. I like rape revenge movies. It's just, some of them I feel like when the intent is kind of gross. I don't like it, but yeah, I'll check it out. And then I had the Black Christmas remake, but I feel like I've already given my rant on that, so I'm going to pick a different one. Because I told you I don't like the Black Christmas remake. I just feel like she did more harm for us than good, and it was like, honey, let's take your microphone away. I appreciate your intent, but baby, you need to sit down. So I'm gonna go with, you guys are gonna hate me so much, never gonna get invited back here again, but The Conjuring.
No, you're my friend. I Conjuring.
One, to start with, the real Warrens are terrible fucking people. They're con artists. They were. It's not a matter of subjectivity. It's like, well, I think they are. No, they are. They have opportunists who've taken a lot of money from good people who are in trouble. There's a reason why they never cover Amityville, which was one of their biggest failures, where they were really called out because the whole thing was a scam. I mean, after the book came out, they admitted to that. So there's a reason they don't cover that really in the movies, aside from mentioning it in Conjuring 2, because they were terrible people. They also kept a pet girl for Ed. Like, these are horrible people. Watch their interviews and stuff. They're not good people. I know a lot of people like the characters that were created, but again, I think it's kind of harmful to make them based on real people and make them look like heroes when these people are terrible. Here's the other thing. And as a Wiccan person, this is just a personal pet peeve, but it's witchist as fuck, dude. So why did Bathsheba do all this bad stuff? Because she's a witch. Okay. Also a witch. But why did she do it? No, she's a witch. That's the whole explanation. That is not an explanation. You wouldn't accept that as an explanation for any other type of person. So why do you accept it as an explanation in a horror movie? It's not. They use it again in The Devil Made Me Do It.
Yes, they did.
Being somebody who practices witchcraft does not necessarily mean you want to eat babies. These are two different hobbies. One is I would be curious to see that, and I feel like it's a lot of, I'm getting all like bajiggity. I feel like it's kind of residual Christian propaganda left over from the Satanic Panic, where we have the good Christians and the bad witch. And I just thought that in the early 2000s, we were past that shit. So
Look at that.
considering how we have a very prominent pagan population now in the United States and in England, I feel like that concept is really outdated, and rejuvenating it with the Conjuring movies was a mistake.
Yeah, I agree.
I will add to
I
that
will
too.
get
If
down from
you,
my soapbox.
I will add to that too. If you watch ghost debunkers and stuff, there's the Warrens' like son-in-law is leading this whole organization that is essentially doing what the Warrens did, but on a much like they're riding the wave off of the Conjuring movies, and it's just ridiculous. Like it's so bad. Like they go after YouTubers that call them out. It's a whole thing, and it's just ridiculous.
They like the special features and the documentaries where they're like all talking to them like, oh, they're just misunderstood heroes. No, they really aren't. They're terrible people.
No, because I actually remember when I first heard of the Warrens, when the Amityville stuff when the first Amityville came out in the 70s, and all of a sudden I hear about Ed and Lorraine Warren. I'm like, who are these guys? And then I heard about them, and then I heard about how terrible they were, and especially how they got debunked and how the whole thing was atrocious. I'm like, damn, what's wrong with these people? Why do you want to take advantage of poor people? You know,
How much time
a better
you got?
example of the Warrens that Danny mentioned in the chat is WNUF Halloween special. It's not they did what the Conjuring should have done. They don't call them the Warrens, but you can tell who they're based on.
Well, WNUF is fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome.
All right, your turn, Trib.
So I've got I guess I don't have anything that's too controversial with this. My next one, I might have something controversial, but this is more of a personal hate for me, but the happening. I went and saw it with a friend of mine that worked construction, and he actually fell. No, well, he fell off of a high rise, and he's lucky to be alive. And we didn't know about that part, or we went in blind, and we went to it, and he's sitting there watching it, just like he can't move. He was like reliving his trauma, and it just goes on and on and on. And it pulled him out of the theater because it was just such a hard thing to watch him go through, and it took a long time to get him down. And like I say, it's a personal hate, not so much for the movie itself specifically. I'm not a big M. Night Shyamalan fan, and that in mind, I cannot do Glass. I know that's not necessarily horror per se, but there was so much potential on what they could have done, and they just fucked it so hard in uncomfortable places like the back of a Volkswagen.
Mallrats reference.
Without any lube, a lube trip.
Yeah. No lube. Not even like a snack at the local like food court is like we're talking like chocolate pretzel level bad. My next one, and it's I have a hard time because there's a lot of full moon movies I enjoy, but anything past Evil Bong 2 just oh dear God. I don't even know how people that would enjoy those movies high. I don't think you could enjoy it high. I don't think there's a strand of weed out there that would make that movie enjoyable in any universe. So goddamn boring. Gory, I'm with you. The Conjuring 3 specifically, like there's a few I'm okay with generally as long as you keep them in the realm of fiction. But oh my God, I couldn't with 3. Lorraine gets superpowers. She's a freaking X-Man for some reason. I adore Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson, but I cannot with that or 4 or any of the adjacent movies. They're just
You're not a fan of Annabelle?
She could show up in she was a freaking what was it? Not a Cabbage Patch Kid. Raggedy Ann. I'm sorry. Who in their right? If you're also smoking the wrong strain. If you look at the Annabelle doll and say, "Hey, I'm gonna get this for my kid," that's fantastic. It's so cute.
Yeah.
Oh dear God. My next one, and it was mentioned in chat at one point. I Know What You Did Last Summer, the remake. Such a freaking waste of time.
God, I hated that fucking movie.
Oh.
I fucking hated that movie, Trip. I hated it.
I'm there with you. It's it needs to be gobbled up by whatever studio spit it out, like in the back of a Volkswagen as well.
Well, trust me, it's on my it could be on my top 5 worst horror films of the year so far.
I don't do a top 5, and I would do a top 5 just to put that at like number 2.
You would make it all top. All the list would just be. I know what she did.
It would be individual performances. Oh my god! And I don't know how many I've laid out, but I'm going to put out one more, either as an honorable mention or as my 5th one, just because. Citizen Toxie. I cannot.
Trust me, I don't know if you guys saw the TV version of
Citizen
I Know What You Did Last Summer, but that was way better than the remake.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. You can sometimes the TV shows, like, they take a step back and they go, "Hey, we've got time to tell a story. Let's tell a story. What a novel concept!" Yeah, last one though is Citizen Toxie. I generally enjoy trauma I don't know, like poltergeist and back. Like, I can generally handle most of it, but Citizen Toxie, it's a case of where they take things too far. And I don't even mean in a way that, oh, you've gone over the line. It becomes boring because they hang on to these things to try and fill for time. You know, add 10 more minutes to your credits if you're not running enough time to get feature length.
I feel like with a lot of the trauma films too, you get the impression that they're their own biggest fans. Like, there's just so much like inside jokes that aren't even including the audience. But again, you know,
that's not good writing, because you shouldn't be making jokes that only you get. You have to make jokes that the audience should be able to get and understand and laugh at. You know, that's not good writing.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. They're high on their own farts.
I agree. And they're
not good farts. They're like the hardcore Taco Bell farts.
Okay, Jen, I know you're dying to say.
All right. Well, I've got some picks, kids, but I'm gonna start with my most loathsome movie, and I know I'm not the only one that fucking hates this goddamn piece of shit. And before I get onto a rant, I want to say I always try to remember that, you know,
let's talk turkey.
I always want to remember that people who are making this have feelings as tender as my own. So, like, I like to do rants. I try to be funny, but these are movies.
You are very funny, my friend.
Yes, we love your rants, Jen.
But this one just offended me on every fucking level. It's a movie I will never watch. When I watched it, Sparky was with me, and I begged them. We were halfway through it, and I'm like, Sparky, let's just stop. I can't fucking take anymore. But they're like, we already watched half of it. We're doing a review. That's fucking Dash Cam. Oh my god, this.
Oh gosh, yes. And I know the actress is supposed to not be too far from this character, and Jesus Christ, I don't like to judge anyone, but what a piece of shit. It's one thing to have an unlikable character. It's another thing when the movie doesn't recognize that they're unlikable. Yes, I don't have a problem with an unlikable character. That wasn't my problem. It's just the movie was nonsensical, didn't have much of a point, and it's like they threw in spooky stuff. Well, we'll get horror fans if we throw this half-assed supernatural bullshit in. And I'm like, you think we're that fucking stupid? This has nothing to do with anything. Oh, I hated this movie. I want it burned.
Jen, you need to make merchandise of spooper horror or spooper.
And I think I'm one of the few people that actually love Dash Cam.
I have no hate to anyone who liked it. I'm glad you guys did. And then also the whole live streaming thing. It was bad, guys. It was so fucking bad. I fucking hated Dash Cam. And again, my politics don't align with these people, but I can listen to someone and maybe agree to disagree. But this just was pushing the fucking line for me. So that's my number one for the worst one. Another film that just broke my heart because, and it's been mentioned before, but it broke my heart because I'd heard so much for a few years before it finally came out, and I thought, there's no way they can fuck it up. The original director and writer are coming back. The cast, the ones that were still alive, are coming back. Felicia Rose is coming back. This can't fail. But Return to Sleepaway Camp, oh my fucking God. And that voice box. And it was, and I know some people might have some fun with it, but I mean, you take a beloved franchise like Sleepaway Camp, and I like the first 3 Sleepaway Camps. I really do. But this one was just such a fucking disappointment. And weed and that fucking frogs. His fucking frogs. I wanted to beat the living shit out of that kid. And I am always a person that tries to have compassion for people that are a little different. I was the one who always tried to be that way. But even I wanted to jump through that screen and beat the living shit out of that kid. I was like, oh my God, I hate this kid. So yeah, the Return to Sleepaway Camp is one that it was kind of cool to see Felicia Rose with a voice box, but it was also just like, no, we missed the bar, guys. I'm sorry, but we missed the bar. But I didn't
It
like
was a dive bar with really bad hamburgers, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. Another one, and this one breaks my heart because I love Devon Sawa. He's been in Idle Hands, Final Destination, and he's kind of making a comeback. Mm-hmm. He's an awesome dude, and I don't have a thing with John Travolta either. But the Fanatic guys,
I love that movie.
Like the Fanatic. I'm sorry.
Give him a little kiss on the forehead. I about died. It was so funny.
Fred Durst, he seems like a nice enough guy, but I just know this movie just did not.
He seems like a nice enough guy.
Where because it's directed by Fred Durst, where he's in the car and he's like listening to Limp Bizkit, and he's like, "Yeah, we used to really rock out to this in my day." It's just like, oh, it's so bad. Did you know they tried to market that for an Oscar for John Travolta?
Mm-hmm. They did. And he was trying. I'll give him this. He really was trying. This was like Fatal Attraction that just did everything wrong, and it was bad. And like 2 great actors like Devon Sawa and John Travolta could not save it. I know what we were trying to do, but it just didn't achieve it, and it was a very miserable experience, guys. So I'm sorry. The
first line of the movie
2 more.
I don't think he even studied.
Go ahead, Sean.
I was gonna say I don't even think John Travolta studied mentally challenged people. Literally just thought that this is how it should be or something like.
Yeah, it doesn't give a great representation of autistic people. It really doesn't. I mean, I know everyone's on the spectrum.
I mean, I never saw The Fanatic. I've heard that before. A lot of people say it was a horror version of The Room.
Yeah, I would agree. That's a good way to put it. Except The Room's a little more fun. I just didn't, I didn't have fun with this one. My last 2 picks, and this one, I feel like I'm not picking on this film, but I honestly feel if there's ever been a definition of a cash grab, and I will say that the sequel did leaps and bounds better, but Winnie the Pooh, the first Winnie the Pooh movie, and you couldn't see it. That was a movie you literally couldn't see. I couldn't distinguish some characters and another nonsensical movie, and I didn't feel like there was any heart. Interestingly enough, because my youngest wanted to see the second one was leaps and bounds better. I still didn't like it, but they did improve. I will give them that, but that first one was god awful. And my last pick that I don't know how many people saw. It came out, I think, last year or the year before. It's called Outwaters. This movie physically
I almost put that on my list.
Oh God, I hated that movie. It physically, I mean, I'm not being funny. This is not hyperbole. I literally got a massive headache because I was staring at the screen, and a few people were saying, it has a deeper message. And I told my daughter Velvet, I was like, what the fuck am I missing? Because they saw it before I did. And I would rewind it. And then I just realized it's just a bunch of assholes in the desert. And you're looking through this tiny pinhole, and it hurts my head and my eyes. Oh my.
It had a penectomy, a dong was cut off, and I still didn't have any fun.
Yeah.
That's thing to look at an eclipse. There's a tiny little hole. That's like half the movie.
Yes. And I don't know what the fuck he was trying to say. And then I finally, it's just like, game over, man. I give up.
So this is terrible, but all I can think is when you're saying there's assholes in the desert, I hate sand. It's coarse and it gets everywhere.
Well, that's leaps and bounds better.
It really is.
Another bad movie.
Yeah, those are mine.
Now, when it comes to horror movies or any movie, I tend not to use the word hate. Hate is a very strong word for me because I try not to hate anything. It's just like kind of a hard word for me because everyone knows I'm such a very easygoing guy and basically like anything and like everyone. When it comes to that, I really don't like the word hate. But there are some very bad horror movies that I've seen and witnessed throughout my years. Obviously, this first one is going to be very controversial because a lot of people you love it, and that's Better Watch Out. I don't know why people love that particular horror film, but that goddamn bratty ass kid, don't like him, never did like him. He whines, he moans, he killed his best friend because he wouldn't do what he wanted to do because he was sweet on the girl. It was like a very bad version of The Babysitter. And for some reason, I don't know what they were trying to do, but yeah, I just cannot get over Better Watch Out. I know a lot of people love it.
Marshmallows, though, Monty, marshmallows. I love that one.
I can show you a bad movie. Yeah. Let's see. Coming up next is I'm gonna have to go. Oh yeah, Slender Man.
Oh yeah,
I can see it.
Thought about it.
Oh boy. I don't know what they were trying to think. I guess this is one of these PG-13 craze movies because they think they want to get teenagers to watch horror films, so they dumb down internet meme or a creepy pasta and make that
was based off of an actual killing
that
too
was
that
actually
happened
based
not that
off
far
of a
previous.
real tragedy where these girls actually thought a Slender Man was real and they killed this other girl and thought they were going to go to Slender Man, and that's not a good idea to even try to do that. Very terrible, terribly acted, terribly directed, just a terrible, bad horror film. And my next one is another bad horror film. That's The Bye Bye Man.
Oh God.
I kind of liked that one.
You have a shotgun. You shoot somebody. You're not going to see some green shit hit on the floor. You're going to see a whole bunch of blood and guts splattered on the floor, not some green shit that sticks into the wall. I was like, God, what the world? Again, what are you guys doing? It's like, oh man, this. There was some kind of good things about The Bye Bye Man. Like some people did like it, but to me, it was just terribly acted. Somebody starred in that film. I can't remember who was a waste of time. Almost just as bad as
Carrie-Anne
Moss.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, waste of time for her. It's like, what in the world? She must really need the money. I didn't care for The Bye Bye Man. So it's going to be dumb. Yeah, the title. It was the title. I actually thought the trailer was supposed to be somewhat good, although the title is kind of dumb. Was kind of dumb, but I thought the trailer was kind of a bit of effective. That's why I went to go see it. But I says, oh no, I'm not there. Yeah. Bye Bye Man. Let's see what's next. We have the remake of Cabin Fever.
Oh,
the most pointless remake ever.
Ever. Yeah.
As bad as is that, Dan? Don't tell Dan we missed him. As bad as the remake of Psycho was, why are you going to shoot a film shot for shot? It's not going to work. And then when you do a shot for shot and you come up with something as bad as the Cabin Fever remake, the only difference is that the sheriff is a female instead of a male. But
and it was like less than 5 years after I think the movie came out. It was not that long after.
Yeah, it wasn't even that long. That's like we getting a remake of Cabin Fever already. It's like because like the sequels,
I know, right?
To Cabin Fever were better than the remake.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Let's see. I got a couple more. Let's see. Oh yeah. the remake of The Fog.
Oh,
Talk about
Oh.
another pointless remake.
Did they
Yeah.
even watch the original?
I don't know what
Probably
they.
not.
And then it was like, what are you guys doing? You got Superman, not Superman, Clark Kent.
Tom Welling?
Tom Welling,
Yeah.
he's Smallville. I meant to say Smallville. Yeah, Tom Welling. He's the lead this one. I think Maggie Grace is in this one as well. You know, it's like this is what you're doing from a beloved classic like The Fog, and you can't come up with anything better than this. I mean,
that they screwed over Psycho. They don't have any morals. They're just evil.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's all about the money.
Yep. I hate it. Don't go into the woods.
I think with a remake, I mean, I like when they do something different. We talked about Halloween 2, but
Mm-hmm.
you need to have at least seen the original. Like, I really get annoyed when someone's making a movie like Leprechaun Origins and they brag about never watching the franchise, or when they made Freddy versus Jason, they're like, oh, yeah, we've never seen a Friday the 13th movie. It's like, yeah, it shows. Since when was the dude afraid of water? He freaking spent the whole 8th movie swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, yeah, it's just like as much as people crapped on the Acolyte, but then again, I can see why, because the woman who did the Acolyte didn't see any Star Wars films or didn't know anything about Star Wars. So it's like, okay, that's not good. If
Yeah.
you're going to actually if you're actually going to do something with Star Wars, at least see the original trilogy. At least do something. Just don't not say anything, and then you're gonna up. I mean, as pissed off as Star Wars fanboys can be, and then trust me, they were pissed off about it, because once they found out that she didn't do any background stuff about Star Wars, oh boy, did she get lambasted.
Yeah,
They're
they,
pissed
You know
off
how
and
bad
pissed
they
on.
can be.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they should be made by people who love the franchise and want to contribute to it.
Mm-hmm. Stop making good movies. I would love to see a remake of.
There's a
Well, they made-
sequel.
Yeah, exactly. And there was something else too. Maybe. Well, I guess there was just a sequel. I know that they've done books.
There's also Manos: The Hands of Felt, which is the whole movie with puppets.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the
And
little
I
girl
love puppets.
that has gone on to do a lot.
I'm pretty sure most everyone can guess my number one most hated horror film of all time.
I have a
As
good
matter of
idea.
fact- as a matter of fact, I wish I've got a chance to ask Knight if he can borrow a cut from the Trip. You might remember this when we talked about The Exorcist 2, and once he made that, and I said, "Oh." And the whole panel cracking up laughing because no one knew how bad it is. It's like, you have to understand, when you come up with a film like The Exorcist came out in 1973, and you follow up with a crappy ass movie like The Exorcist 2, The Heretic, where you got Linda Blair slinging around like this, or you got
James Earl Brown as
Ja-
King
James
of
Earl
the
Jones.
Bees.
Yeah.
yeah,
James Earl
Bees.
Jones. Oh my
Locust,
God.
the
Yes.
locust, yeah.
Yeah, Locust.
You got Louise Fletcher.
Uh-huh. And then you got I guess Pazuzu on the stick flying around like this.
Well,
Why would
the
Pazuzu be on the
bees?
stick?
I feel like bees are a surefire way to tank your film. I mean, they did it with Wicker Man too.
Oh yeah,
Not the bees.
the bees.
I'm surprised no one didn't mention the Wicker Man. My eyes, not the bees. Not
It's
the
so fun though. It's so fun. Nicolas Cage punches so many women when he's wearing that bear costume. I'm just dying. It's so funny.
bees. Yeah, but
The
yeah,
bicycle.
it is so sad. It's so
I own it.
disappointed. It's disappointed about how bad the Exorcist the Heretic was. I mean, with
Yeah.
I own that too.
yeah. No,
I
that's
remember
why.
tracking that movie down for a friend of mine that was on his way to become a priest.
Oh,
Seriously?
to turn him away from it?
I think so, yes. And ultimately, he did go away from the priesthood.
Probably also never going to be a beekeeper. Thank you.
We can
So
only
bad it made
hope.
him leave the priesthood.
Oh man, That's why I always call Exorcist 3 the true sequel to The Exorcist, and just ignore it as The Exorcist.
And it is because it's based on the novel Legion, which is the actual sequel as far as the novels go. And that one's also that one's directed and written by William Peter Blatty, who wrote the novel. And then William Peter Blatty also wrote the screenplay for the original Exorcist and got an Oscar for it. But they were in such a hurry to make more money off of The Exorcist, that they pushed out The Heretic, and it's nonsense.
I know, yeah, because if I remember correctly, when I was researching, I believe he said he did not want to do a sequel. Well, both William Friedkin and William Peter Blatty, they did not want to do a sequel because it was a one-off story, and that was it. But movie studios like, gotta get the money,
There's so many better like knockoffs of The Exorcist than The Exorcist Part 2. Like
Abby.
I'd rather watch so many of those.
Oh yeah, like Abby. Abby was more as bad as that movie was. That was more fun than The Exorcist too.
Repossessed was a good one. It was a good one.
Your mother eats kitty litter.
Your mother knits socks in hell.
Okay, here's a good one. What's a film that all horror fans absolutely love that you secretly yourself? Wait a minute. Am I reading this right?
I think it's like which ones that everybody loves, but you
Yeah,
hate.
yeah.
Think to yourself,
So, like
really?
overhyped or
What's a horror film that everyone loves but you hate, and vice versa? You love, but everyone else hates. We'll start with you, Jen.
Okay. Movies that for the movie that like people really celebrate, that I'm just like, really, oh, this one's probably gonna make everybody mad, and I don't hate it. I just was like, this one was overhyped for me. Would be The Quiet Place. Now I did like day one, but the first two movies, I was thinking, really, guys, it's not bad, but everyone was losing their minds over those movies, and I just didn't get it. I didn't
Did
get.
you see it in the theater?
I know I saw it at home. But
I think that's probably the reason why. Because if you actually saw it in the theater, and when you actually see a movie like that where actually no one makes a sound because you're so afraid, I think that's the reason why you probably didn't enjoy it as much. Because if you actually saw it in the theater, because most people really love that picture, because there's actually no actual sound other than the creatures or some of the noise that you see. Like I would say almost midway through the second act before you actually hear any audio that's coming from John and his and Jupe. When they're behind the water fountain, they start shouting. It's the only time we actually hear any audio, and the whole entire theater is quiet. So I think that's the reason why you didn't get that experience.
Maybe it just, people were talking about it like The Second Coming, and I was like, it's not a bad film, but I'm not losing my mind over it, guys. And I'm not a fan of The Conjuring either. That was another one that I don't get why. I know people love them. I know people love those movies and the Nun, all the Conjuring universe. They're just not for me. And the Warrens being pieces of shit, that's a big part of it. But I just don't think they're particularly good movies, and I'm not big on the Insidious films either. I'm not really big on any of those. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm glad you all like them, but it ain't for me. As for movies that I think get overhated that I love, one movie that I don't, and it's from the Child's Play franchise, and I think it's fucking genius, and it has so much to say about the LGBTQ plus, would be Seed of Chucky. That movie actually makes me cry because I watched it, and I've seen it many times, but then I was watching it a while back with my daughter Velvet, and there were some things, and I'm like, it made me look at it completely in a different way, and it made me cry, and I'm like, oh my god, and it's campy and over the top.
Seeing if Chucky made you cry.
I'm seriously, I know I probably sound like I'm being funny, but no, I literally, because it has a lot to say, and it's talking about accepting people, and like, we're all different. And I know this, you're probably thinking, God, how basic of a bitch she can be, but no, I'm serious, it made me weep, and I was like, oh my. And as someone who doesn't, I don't have those, but I try to understand because my daughter does, and it just made me step in their shoes a little bit more. But it was done with a lot of humor and heart too. And
I love to Chucky. It's my mom's favorite. And look at this. It's Glenn.
Oh, good and Glenda. And I love the reference there too. I love the reference there. But yeah, I know I'm not being funny on that. I really do. I also the Rob Zombie Halloween franchise. That I was always like when I did see that in the theater, and that was a movie like the first one afterwards. I was like, I fucking loved this movie. I fucking loved it. And I know Rob Zombie is not a director for everyone. I get that, but I liked the brutality. I liked the hillbilly family. I thought some of the performances were great. And another thing that I got to get on my soapbox box about is Sherry Moon Zombie. Everyone gives her shit. She's a good actress, and I think it's in the Halloween films where she's showing how she's broken down as a mother and how much she loves her kid. She's a flawed mother, but she still loves her kid. I thought it was great performances. I did. And it pisses me off when people give her shit because I don't think she's a bad actress. She's not Meryl Streep, but I think she's a lot better than most people give her credit for.
Yeah, I actually did. I actually loved her performance in both Halloween and Halloween 2 in Rob Zombie's one. At least that way she actually does. She has range.
I feel like with a lot of actresses who are sexy, who they're not afraid to be sexual in a movie, it's common for audiences to want to shit on them like they have with Megan Fox. If a woman is owning her sexuality and she's putting herself out there, everyone has to be like, well, then she's an idiot or she's vapid or there's nothing else to her. Or
she's just a whore. That's another
thing. And obviously not. She's had a very successful, long-running marriage. So I think she's a good actress too. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, I don't either. Two more that I have to stand up for, and if Marty was here, hate me for this. And again, it just shows how different people are because I fucking loved this movie, and I was so dying when I showed Marty this. He literally kicked something across the room because he got so angry. I fucking adored Orphan 2. I thought it was fun. I thought it was but it was so much fun. Marty hates that movie with a fucking passion, and I was like, "Oh, Marty, this is like
filming 3."
Yeah, they're filming 3 already.
I heard that.
Yeah, I have my own issues with Orphan 2. I don't hate it as much as put it this way. I mean, it's kind of a disappointment to me, knowing how good Orphan was. But to me, there's a lot of stuff I didn't like, especially the end part where you have her walking down the burning house and she's not on fire at all. It's like, that's totally unbelievable. She should be coughing up a storm. She should not be just walking down and everything else is on fire. I didn't like the family that she was with. It just didn't click with me.
It is. I get it. It's kind of like the same thing as High Tension. Logically, I can see people's problems, but I just have to counter with, "Excuse me while I go fuck my husband." I fucking adore that. I love that. And another one that probably most people are gonna roll their eyes at, but within the Stephen King filmography, I always see this one on one of his bad movies list, and I fucking love it, and that is Sleepwalkers. I don't care.
Oh, that's fantastic.
No dessert.
There's loads of cats.
Yes. Ron Perlman.
All the pussy.
Look at all the putty cats. There's so many putty cats in this film. I love cats.
Does beg the question what Stephen King has against cats, but still, it's a good movie.
Oh, that's an across the board thing with him. Man cannot write sex scenes or endings either.
Not to mention Otho being, I find it funny where he's being a bit inappropriate.
Hey, Patrick.
I loved it. It's fun.
Yeah, speaking of a person who loves cats, here's Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick.
I like that Orphan 2 actually still managed to give a good twist, which would be hard to do after the first one, but I thought it was effective.
Yeah, I did too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the twist was good. I like the fact that, they knew that who Esther really was. So I give them credit for that. But, to me, it's just disappointing. I expected something better.
I liked how the mother was, protecting her son though at all cost, and she knew that he killed her son. And that also is interesting because she knew she killed her daughter. He killed her daughter. Her son killed her daughter, and she was okay with that. And there was I liked it. It was soap opera-y, but I dug it.
How are they gonna do part 3 now? With she's 30 years old. She's still gonna be trying to look like a kid or whatever with the pigtails.
Makeup and filters.
That was
They're
Mark's
just going to
problem.
use filters.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how they're going to try to make her be a little girl again. Yeah, because she's in the late 20s, early 30s now.
Yeah. It's fun.
All right, Trib.
So my two that I think are, I don't hate these, but I definitely feel like they're overhyped, and I apologize in advance because I know that they have a lot of love. Terrifier 3, just I've said it a couple of times, I got bored. It's like, oh, you're ripping out a guy's intestines and using it for a jump rope. Okay, you're still using his intestines as a jump rope. Like, I feel like they did all of this stuff in 2 and it was well achieved, but then in 3, okay, great, you made it Christmas. That's fantastic. Red works. It's great. Okay, we're still going. We're still okay. Again, that's a personal opinion, and I know I'm probably in the minority. The worst part about it was they made Art like second fiddle to his second in command. And that really bugged me because Art is the draw of those movies. He is the Terrifier. Let him be the Terrifier.
And he barely crosses paths with the final girl, like Serena from the first two. And then 2 had all these cool intrigues, and like there was no answers. Like, no, I'm with you.
Damien swears we're gonna get his backstory, and we're gonna get the pill.
The thing is, I don't need his backstory. I really truly don't. Half of the thing that makes him intriguing is the fact that we don't know a lot about him.
I'm more like, what's the deal with the magic sword, and how did she survive at the end of 2? Like, that's where I'm kind of like, I need more information.
100%. And my other one, and again, I apologize because I know this one is well loved. Don't
apologize.
I can't do Midsummer. Like, I love Ari Aster. I cannot do Midsummer. I cannot, like, I can appreciate a guy being dressed up like a bear and, put in a fire and he's just sitting there stuck. More power to you. If you're trying to lose weight, that's a great way to lose weight. I don't know.
Whatever works.
100%. In today's day and age, if it can save you a couple of bucks, hey, you know what? Go for it. Go wild.
He wrote that movie when he was getting over a really bad breakup, and I think when you see it through that lens, you can see how cathartic it must have been.
Oh, 100%. I didn't know that, but that definitely adds context. And like, it's so beautifully shot. And there's always that thing about technical prowess versus the way it's received. And I guess maybe it was a mindset thing. Maybe I was in the wrong state of mind for it, but I couldn't get behind it. I don't know. But as far as going the other way, something like, and this is going to sound stupid, but like House of Wax from 2005.
I love that one.
First time I saw it,
movies.
Yeah, first time I saw it, I hated it. But going back and rewatching it, I love the first 2 House of Wax movies from 33 and 53, I think.
Yeah,
and I think I was leaning too far into those movies and expecting something similar with this. But it does its own thing.
Paris
and
Hilton?
Yeah.
I think that's why people wanted to hate on it, because Paris Hilton's in it. And
I think that's the reason why.
We have to shit on it.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is. Go ahead.
Yeah, because to me, it's not a bad horror movie. I had no problem with Paris Hilton. I had nothing against her.
It makes you squirm, like when
Eric had a Lucky's death in that. Oh my god.
Oh my god, yeah. And the fact that it's people inside of those things, even when Alicia, whatever her last name is, her finger gets taken off when she's bringing her fingers up through the grates. Those little moments, like, there is so much good in it, and that movie got shit for so long, and it was really nice to see that people are coming around to what's the term? They're readdressing,
reevaluating.
Yeah, reevaluating. And so movies like that, I appreciate the fact that they're giving it a second look. So, and the nice thing is, this isn't the hottie or the naughty. This is House of Wax. Like, it is visceral, and it's not body horror in the traditional sense, but it is body horror in its own way.
Yeah, agree.
Yeah, I think they upped the ante because they think the originals are, like you said, are so effective. But gosh, the kills in that are so brutal. And the performances were great in that. Again, I feel like you put Paris Hilton in a movie and people are going to hate it before it even comes out. Just like how people hated Captain Marvel before it even came out because they don't like Brie Larson. And people project their hate of a performer onto a film without even seeing it.
Absolutely. And I think of the horror movies that Jared Padalecki did, I think this was probably his strongest.
Yeah, I like Cry Wolf too, and I like the Friday the 13th remake. But yeah, he's so good when he's in the wax and his eyes are moving around. Oh baby!
Oh, yeah.
And then they try to take him out, and you're just like, oh my gosh!
Like that single tear when they chop off half his face.
A single man tear.
All right, Gory, you're next.
Oh my goodness! So I've already mentioned a lot that are popular that I hate. So, I'm gonna climb onto the same train as Jen here. I don't like the Insidious movies, especially the first one. I was laughing my ass off when they dropped the title then on, and it goes boom. I'm like, oh, someone thinks they're scary, don't they? And then Darth Maul's in it, and the whole thing's in daylight. Like, it's an interesting concept, but that movie was laughably ridiculous. And I get like it's a fun slumber party movie or something, but I just do not understand the mass. Everybody loves Insidious. I think it's ridiculous.
I always get that and Sinister screwed up. I cannot tell you why.
I love Sinister.
Oh no, I do too. But I think it's just the titles. I cannot keep those two. Like I have to think. Okay, this one's got this guy. This one's I don't know.
One has Patrick.
And
Patrick Wilson. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gory.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, one has Patrick Wilson. The other one has Ethan Hawke.
Yeah, I know. I just like I was. Yeah. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
I know it sounds like I'm shading on James Wan. I just really don't like the Conjuring and Insidious movies because I feel like they're all jump scare, no actual horror. There's not any real thought put into the telling of the story. But I do like Dead Silence, and I love *Malignant*. That was one of my favorite movies of the year. I love *Malignant*, and that's one that gets, I think, shit on a lot. But I love *Malignant*. That shit's fantastic. Another one everyone loved, and I'm just like, in this case, I'm not going to say I hate it. I just don't get it. I don't think I am smart enough to get the fucking movie. Is The Killing of a Sacred Deer. So you got this chick who, straight face, I jerked off my dad today. They're all saying ridiculous stuff. Alicia Silverstone's all like, try my tart. And the guy's like, nobody eats spaghetti the exact same way. And everyone's like, oh my God, best thing since Kubrick. It was so good. Oh my God, did you guys see Killing of the Sacred Deer? It's so artistic. And I'm just like, what the actual fuck is going on? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills. This is hot garbage. Watch the whole movie with goofy music, and you're going to see that you have been tricked by them stealing Kubrick's long steady cam shots. And here's the other thing, like as a story, I'm trying to give it a chance here. I've watched it like 3 times because I don't get it because apparently my brain is not artistic enough. But they're like, they find out that this kid from freaking Saltburn is making their family all paralyzed and stuff. And they're not like, hey, maybe we should get a toxology report, see if he's poisoning them. Nope. They're like being all crazy, too busy doing Nicole Kidman, who's trying to pretend that she's dead. And then they don't go to a metaphysical expert or anything. Nope. The solution is we're going to blindfold Colin Farrell, spin him in a circle to kill one of his family members. I don't get it. Like, it's so heralded as great art. And I'm just like, I wouldn't even wipe my butt with this movie. It is that bad.
You know, there's always that argument about elevated horror and such too, and like where the balance is for that. Like, what is pretentious bullshit and what is actually really good horror?
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
I watched that movie one time. I'm like, okay, what was that about? What did I just see?
I agree. Pretentious BS.
I really don't know what the hell I'm watching that movie. So yeah, it's just one of those movies people love. They praise it. I was like, I don't get it. I maybe just who knows.
I don't get it. I feel like we're in the minority here because I swear when that movie came out, everybody was just so quick to leap over each other and talk about how artistic it was. And I was just like, we are not smoking the same stash. I don't get it. But
I didn't turn around.
Movies everyone hates that I love. To this day, I think Paranormal Activity is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. That movie is one of the few movies that gave me nightmares. Even in the theater, people were like talking through it. And I think if you really, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like that movie really got under my skin in a way. Like I saw it before it even came out at theaters. I saw it with the original ending, and it just felt like it felt real. It felt like something I wasn't supposed to see. It really did a number on me. Plus, I had stairs that were really loud. So that movie really creeped me out for the longest time. I heard Steven Spielberg, when he was given a screener of it, he put it in a trash bag and set it outside his house. I was like, I'm about there, dude. The screener I had, I was like, I don't want to touch it. I don't want to look at it. It's looking at me. Hide it. Like it was, it freaked me out. I also want to say, as filmmakers, I feel like I really respect Eli Roth. I think he's, he is a film historian. He knows his shit. Largely, I really like his movies. I love Hostel 2, especially. He gets shit on a lot. So does Rob Zombie. I think they're both talented filmmakers. And then another one, which this is just going to probably piss off everybody, that I thought was really good that everyone hated, which is funny because I hated Halloween Kills, but I loved Halloween Ends. I didn't even see Halloween Ends at the theater because I was so disappointed with Halloween Kills and The Evil Dies Tonight. So I was like, Danny, like, I can't go see this at the theater. Let's just watch it when it comes out in streaming. And then I was like, wait, this is actually pretty good. I thought it was well shot, well acted. It's a different story, but just as they were trying to, I guess, pay homage to the originals, this one's trying to pay homage to Halloween 3, which doesn't have Michael Myers in it. So their homage to it doesn't have a lot of Michael Myers, and it's telling you a different story, but it's still more connected to the other movies than Halloween 3 is, which is also a really fun movie. And Halloween 3 has gotten a reevaluation and is getting appreciated for being its own thing. I really hope Halloween Ends gets that, because I mean, this got so bad that I guess Rowan Campbell, who's in it, was getting like death threats. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, he doesn't deserve that. The movie doesn't deserve that. I think it's actually pretty good.
I'll go with you. Like I still have issues. I think for me, because we watched that, my youngest wanted to see it, and that's what we watched for Halloween night. And I didn't like it initially, but then I rewatched it, and I'm like, okay, it's not bad. The problem is with this forced love story. That's where I kept going. What the fuck are we doing with this forced love story? That was the issue. But there were some of it. The opening is a great opening. That opening is fucking amazing. But I had issues with it. But I think that's the love story is where we have our big problems between the two characters. That's just like, what the fuck are we doing here?
And I'm not saying it's the best of the franchise, or I mean, I would give it probably like 4 stars. I mean, I really like it. I've seen so many like 1-star reviews, and it's like, no, it has a lot of value.
It has some good kills.
It has story. Even if you're not into it, even if you're mad about Michael, to give a movie like that 1 star that's so beautifully shot, that's got such beautiful music in it, that I mean, just it's got a lot of value in it, and I think that gets overlooked a lot.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that. It's not as bad as people say it is.
I'm excited to see Rowan Campbell come back. He's going to do Silent Night, Deadly Night, another movie, the remake. Love the original. I can't wait to see him go punish. Like, I'm excited. I'm here for it.
Naughty. That scene still cracks me up.
Oh, Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. That's another one that, gosh, all the clips from the first one are lame. That movie is
That's
so
a great,
fun.
so bad, it's good movie right there.
Very
And
much.
the best kills ever. That umbrella kill, that's freaking genius. That's inspired right there. I love it. I met the actor Eric Freeman from that at a convention. He didn't done conventions for a long time.
Me too.
Yeah, he was like, I'm so surprised people actually like this. And I'm like, dude, you gave a memorable, fun performance. Like, I love it. It's great.
Now, which kill is better, that one or the corn cob kill from Sleepwalkers?
Oh,
Corn cob kill.
Corn cob.
Yeah.
Sleepwalkers is a
Thank
5-star movie. No notes. Not even so bad. It's good. Mwah, perfection.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Obviously, for me, I will defend Freddy's dead until I'm long.
Power glove.
They forgot the power glove. Oh man, I remember when I went to the theaters and saw it in the theaters, and I was cracking up laughing. Now, obviously, in the theaters they had the Freddy vision, which was 3D vision, and unfortunately, no, they're
Put
not.
on your 3D glasses, kid.
No, because the 3D glasses was signed for Freddy vision when whatchamacallit had to put her 3D glasses on. It's when you put the 3D glasses on. and then you see the dream demons, not sperm.
Sperm. It's
No,
sperm.
they are,
Let's be
those
honest.
are
It's
dream
sperm.
demons.
Sperm.
It kind of is.
Oh man. And I thought Robert Englund was fantastic as Freddy with his famous one-liners. What's with kids today? No respect for their parents. He's working. It's just I know a lot of people don't like it. They say it's the worst in the franchises, but I'll defend Freddy's Dead. It's not the best in the series, but to me, I always enjoy Freddy's Dead. Another movie that I actually like that a lot of people do not like, and that's actually the 2014's Ouija.
Okay.
I actually do
Good
like
choice.
that particular film. A lot of people don't like it because it has the typical PG-13 films where you don't see a lot of blood. But I actually liked it. I thought it was pretty good.
I enjoyed the origin of that one, but I just can't get behind Ouija itself.
Mhm.
Okay. I mentioned this
Sorry.
before, and I mentioned it and mentioned again. Films that I don't like that everyone loves. Obviously, once again, I had to go with Better Watch Out. Don't know why people don't. I'll never get into that particular film. There's another film, but I can't seem to find it that everyone likes, but I don't like, but I can't seem to find it. Hopefully, I'll get back to it. But I can't remember what that film is.
Do you remember what it's about?
It'll come to me because I know some people have loved it, and I just couldn't figure out why. It'll come to me. I can't. My 62-year-old brain is dying on me right now.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on?
They were told not to put the Nintendo up, but they did. It didn't syndicate, and they got a free plug. they got a free plug. Cause I don't know when they had that so-called power glove thing that they were trying to put out. When I don't know, was that probably before or after Freddy's Dead came out, but that scene is still funny. Okay, what is the dumbest horror movie ever made? Go ahead, Gory.
Really? Starting with me? Okay. Really? Okay. It's gonna be an unpopular one again. I'm gonna get freaking canceled after this. Oh my God. I'm gonna go with I Spit on Your Grave. I know a lot of people love it. For me, I don't really like the movie just because I feel like the lingering gazes on her ass and stuff is just not really what a rape revenge movie should be. But no, it's just freaking asinine. It is so stupid. So we'll take the scene where she tries to kill the guy. Like she's holding up a full-grown man on a rope. Like it's not even possible. But then we get to the bathtub scene, and that's where I'm just like, this is the stupidest shit I've ever seen. So this woman was brutally raped and nearly killed by this gang of men. So she takes the leader of the men, and this is like within a week, and she gets naked, which I can't see anybody who had gone through that doing with the guy. She gets into a bathtub with him. Like, honey, people can get like violently triggered by these things years after the fact. This has been days, and she's comfortable getting naked and getting into the bathtub with him. Whoever wrote this has no understanding of this at all. And then, oh God, the worst part, she gives him the fucking loaded gun. Honey, this man has no morals. The things he did to you show that. And you're going to give him the gun? It's the stupidest shit I've ever heard. Like, I just don't get it.
He wrote it in response. You know the backstory with it, right?
I do. I still think the way he made it was really, really poor. Putting his wife in it and then all his interviews talking about how hot she is in the movie. I feel like he missed the point.
Yeah,
he definitely missed the point because didn't he do I Spit on Your Grave Deja Vu?
Yes, he did.
No, yeah, trust me, that was terrible. Ooh.
I didn't mind it.
Good, though.
I didn't mind that one. I didn't mind that one either. Well, you know that.
All right, Sean, what is the dumbest horror movie ever made?
Oh wow. I could give it I don't know if I could say just one. I have to say like a couple. So I do enjoy several full moon movies, but damn, when they're bad, they're incredibly bad. And I just can't do it. Like Evil Bong. Sorry. I cannot do it. It's just I get it, they're not meant to be good, they're meant to be silly, they're meant to be fun, but they're bad. I'm sorry. I cannot watch it. It's just too stupid. And Jack Frost is another one people love, and I just think it's absolute
which
hot,
version of
steaming
Jack Frost?
Garbage.
Are we
The
talking
first-
the Michael Keaton one or the not?
No,
Michael
obviously
Keaton
I'm
one?
talking the horror one.
They're both pretty horrific in my book.
But the scene,
Yeah, but
Sean.
the one Michael Keaton's meant to be a nice Christmas movie. It's not meant to be.
I think Jack Frost is what you get when you get Chucky off of Wish.com.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a good one.
Well, both Jack Frost are if you get Jack Frost off of Temu or Wish.
They got Jack
Thank
Frost
you,
up in that
Cheetah.
movie, though. I love that scene, Sean. You know the scene.
I know.
Oh, you know where the carrot's at, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and again, for me, that's just kind of it's ick. I mean, that's a woman being sexually assaulted. Like, I don't think it's funny, but everybody loves it.
Yeah.
Mm.
And there's another one that, a lot of people enjoy as campy fun, but to me it's just garbage. Sorority Babes and the Slime Ball Bolorama with
Oh, you're
Linnea
breaking my
Quigley.
heart.
I know.
Oh.
A lot of people love it, but I'm like, I tried. It's so hard to like it, but it's just so bad. I'm just like, why am I watching this? Why?
Sean, it had a puppet in it. Did you see the puppet?
Yes. Bad. It's bad.
Fine, I'm just gonna go cry.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I knew this was going to be a tough stream.
Oh boy. All right, Jen.
All right. Well, I can tell you, this isn't the dumbest movie on a technical level, but I swear to God, I felt like my IQ dropped. And like, the thing is, I was sitting there watching the movie, right? And I was like, it can't get any fucking stupider. And then by God, not like 15 minutes later, I'm like, oh my fucking God, we just get stupid. We cannot find a bottom. And I know people I get mad because people pick on Rob Zombie, and I know M. Night Shyamalan has his fans. I like The Sixth Sense, and I'm a William Hurt fan, so The Village is okay, mostly because William Hurt's in it, but most of his other movies have never worked for me. But oh my God, Trap. I was like, oh, how fucking stupid can we get? I mean, and then his daughter, beautiful girl, but that girl cannot act. Your husband is the killer. I'm like, oh my God. And then like he's supposed to be this brilliant serial killer by night and loving father by day. And like he gets tripped up by a very, obviously drug him, and like he's super smart, but he didn't see that they were going to drug him, and then he's like, he's there, and then he's not there, and oh my fucking God, I hated that movie. I fucking hated that movie. I'm like, my fucking like,
I thought it was fun.
It was okay. It was
love
okay
Josh
until the
Hartnett. Love him, but no.
it was okay until the third act.
God.
I had fun with it. I thought it was fun.
I know a lot of people did. I like, that's one thing. Like, the premise looked really good. Shyamalan's great at making good trailers, and I thought this one's gonna work for me. This is the one, and I love Josh Hartnett. And no, didn't work. Did not work.
I mean, put it this way. Unfortunately, his daughter did not do a good job with the Watchers, and unfortunately,
No.
his other daughter can't act.
No, your husband is the killer. Oh my God.
I thought I do agree that the musical scenes though with her went on way too long. Like, I get it, dude.
There was no ulterior
love my
motive
kids, too.
either.
I know, yeah.
But it did feel a bit like when people show you like a billion pictures of their kid and you're like, I got shit to do.
It shows he's a good dad. I mean, that's nice.
Is that the sign of a good dad to put your daughter up there on screen for way too long? Like, that's my little girl. 5 minutes later, that's still my little girl.
she can't act worth a goddamn, but that's still my girl.
Her voice is mediocre, but we're gonna make bank. I'm so
She was a
proud.
great singer compared to an actress, Triv. Like, if you grade it on that curve, she's a great
Fair.
singer if you compare it to her acting.
That is a good point. I will give you that. Not much else, but I will give you that. Oh God.
All right, Trip. What's the dumbest movie you ever heard? You ever saw?
Okay, so most of mine run relatively low budget. I have two categories. I've got fun dumb and bad dumb. Under fun dumb, bloody muscle bodybuilders from hell. It's a Evil Dead knockoff done by a guy in Japan, and it is absolutely batshit, but it is so fun. It is fantastic. Like, technically, on the budget that he had, it is just off the chain. It's awesome. If you have any love for Evil Dead, highly suggest it. It is just, I love it. It's fantastic. Could watch it on repeat. Also Bad Taste by Peter Jackson, just because holy shit,
Yes!
it is that anything like his early
Anything
stuff.
Peter Jackson or Henenlotter is gold.
Oh God, without doubt. Preach to the choir, I tell you. On the bad dumb, and this is kind of subjective, but there's a movie called Wood Chipper Massacre. There is like 2 fucking deaths to this goddamn wood chipper. Wood chippers are underrepresented as a horror genre like killing mechanism, and I will not let that stand. This is my one cause in life, is getting more wood chipper deaths.
You will die on this hill.
I will die on this hill. Your movie is called Wood Chipper Massacre. That means you have to have at least 2, 3, 7, at least 8 deaths.
Clownado didn't have a clownado in it, so
100%. Yes, that's true. You have to have multiple deaths in that respect. The other one I have, although not technically horror, is still horrifying, and it is Baby Cat. Because that movie is
Baby
I know you're talking about.
It's basically, I think it's probably like some kind of fetish movie, but it's weird. Like it's a very strange movie.
Is
and
it
it's
got a cat in
it has a woman dressed up like a I'm trying to
Oh, Be My Cat.
No, baby. Like as
Baby
in baby, like a kid, like baby cat.
I haven't seen it.
I think it's worth a watch once just to say that you've watched it, but it is one of the most freaking confusing movies you've ever seen in your whole freaking life.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, believe me. Like it's weird. Like you look at it and it's like, okay, the guy that did this had a clear and obvious enjoyment of this particular thing. More power to him. I just didn't need to watch it, but here I am.
Nope. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, all right. That's your thing. All right. That good. Don't need to see anymore.
Like the green screen work alone makes this probably one of the dumbest movies ever put to film.
Yikes! Don't see zombie babies then.
I will put it on my list.
Do not. It's so gross. It is so bad. It's the worst green screen stuff I've ever seen.
Oh no! Trust me. There's something. Trust me. What I'm about to get ready to say, probably is one of the worst green screen films that I've ever saw, and that's what's it? Creeper Jeepers, the third one. I can't remember.
Oh God!
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Do you mean
I blocked that one out.
Creepers
Monty.
or Creepers Jeepers?
Jeepers Creepers.
Okay, Monty.
Yeah.
I will send you clips of Baby Cat, and we can have this discussion because I may have you outdone with Baby Cat. There are green screen shots in this
dude, zombie babies.
that boggle the mind. I need to check. I will check out
zombie babies.
I will check out Zombie Babies and get back to you, Gory.
Oh no! Trust me. When you see the third one of Jeepers Creepers,
Yeah.
and the horrible green screen that they do, especially in the third act, it is god awful. I mean, it's just terrible. I mean, it's like, what do you do with the budget? Is this the best you could come up with? It's terrible.
Well, and budget may be the difference on this one way or the other. Like for that budget, the green screen could have been bad. I'm not judging. I'm not sure, but I'm just.
Like zombie babies is bad even by YouTube standards.
Oh God,
it's bad. You can see the actual green screen. You can see the rods on the puppets.
Ugh.
The green screen actually moves.
Yes.
Like it's like they shot for like a couple of seconds and then it moves off to the side. It is yeah. It's not even the green screen, it's the footage that they put into the green screen. I should have probably been more specific.
Mm-hmm.
Though speaking of Jeepers Creepers, like the remake they did of that one had a horrible like ending that was all green screen too. Like all the backgrounds were green screen. I think it's a Jeepers Creepers thing with like their franchise.
Mm-hmm.
Also, check out the Amazing Bulk. The green screen on that, although not terrible, the rest of it. Oh dear God! Oh dear God! That is a whole other level of holy shit. Although again, not necessarily horror. So
I got a good one for you. That's horrible CGI and a horror flick.
Ooh,
It's actually not that bad of a movie, but it's one of Dario Argento's movies.
Which one?
The Stendhal Syndrome. Do you ever see the Stendhal Syndrome?
I haven't.
I'll put it on the list.
Incredibly bad CGI. It's not that bad of a movie, but the CGI is like the early 2000s. It was like so bad.
Check
It
out.
ruins the movie. It ruins the movie.
Mm. But as far as dumbest horror films, fun one obviously is Troll 2. It's so dumb, but it's fun.
Oh
my God!
They're eating her, and they're going to eat me too. Oh my God!
I mean, when in doubt, piss all over the Thanksgiving feast. That's the best plan of attack.
Yes. Don't piss on hospitality.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing I didn't like about Creepers Reborn. They shot the opening scene with Dee Wallace in the same way they did the opening film for the first one. That's like, oh God, is this the best y'all guys can do?
Poor Dee Wallace.
I know. Bad. Dumbest horror film is Jaws: The Revenge.
I was waiting for someone to bring that up.
Yeah.
Actually, I have to kind of bring up another movie kind of related to that. So Jaws obviously spurned a whole bunch of creature features, but one of them was Grizzly. So
yeah, I know. Yes.
Grizzly 2, and Danny mentioned it in the chat. It was supposed to be this big deal, and it had what's his frick tiger blood in it. Charlie Sheen.
Charlie Sheen.
It had the gal from Jurassic Park. It has Louise Fletcher. It has John Rhys Davies. It has a full cast of people in it, and it didn't get finished. So they finished the movie with like Pond 5 clips. It's a different bear throughout the movie. The bear progressively just changes. It's got tons of filler. For the musical scene, they used clips from I think YouTube, and one of the bands is clearly at a different location. But the best part, and the reason why I bring this up, is at the end of it, they didn't have everything they needed to finish the bear getting killed. So they used a clip from Jaws. They just flat out stole a clip from Jaws. But at least in this case, the bear roaring makes sense. But the whole thing, the bear is attacking the concert because they killed her cub, which not how bears work. But yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, because it's as bad as some of the stuff happens in Jaws: The Revenge. When we see the oldest son is electrocuting the shark, and the shark jumps up and roars.
Yeah,
I mean, isn't that what
don't have vocal cords?
But in fairness, the shark does roar in the original Jaws, and people always give that a pass when they blow it up at the end. So
I prefer a super shark.
I'm kind of disappointed that sharks don't actually roar. I like to put it this way because I think a lot of creature features are really damaging to real animals. Like real animals are cool and they're not going to just go, hunt you down like a serial killer would. However, CGI animals, they will fuck you up. They will go full Taken on you. They will find you and they will mess you up.
Yeah. Snakes on a plane fucked me over because I have a phobia with snakes. Yeah. Any snake movie. That's like the only thing in horror that will make me jump is anything with a snake because I'm scared to death of them.
All right. Let's see. Okay. The last question that we're going to have. This is going to be an interesting way. Do you guys think that social media has changed the way we look at films and how harshly we criticize films? All right, Sean, you go first on this one.
Oh, wow. Wow. Absolutely. It's made a huge difference for both the good and bad, I would say. The first time I caught the bad side of it was when I'm a big Halloween fan. I don't know if you guys remember, it was before like I knew anything about YouTube or anything, but it was called the official Halloween message board. And that's where all the Halloween nerds got together to talk about the movies and all that. It was like in between H2O and Resurrection. Yes, I was actually excited about Resurrection, that it was going to be coming out soon. I was like, can't wait. But that's where I got introduced to kind of the toxicity of fans, how I could honestly criticize one of the movies and I get ripped to shreds,
Mm-hmm.
But then the good side is, YouTube. I love that we have a platform that we can, share our thoughts and our opinions about things and see other people's opinions about things. And it's not, I mean, it can be bad as well, but it's not as bad as, say, like stuff like that, like the Halloween message board thing. But yeah, it's good and bad, and everyone's opinions are out there. You know what they say about opinions.
Yeah.
They don't work in the back of a Volkswagen.
All right, Gory, since you're running, since your time is limited, you're going to go next.
I agree with Sean. I think it's really awesome that the internet's allowed us to all connect and share opinions. And I think largely the horror community is pretty rad. However, I think where the internet is bad is it also connects assholes to other assholes in like a human centipede kind of way. And those are the people who will like review bomb a movie before it comes out, or like I completely respect the people who don't want to go see the new Scream, but there is a small percentage of those people who not only are not going to see it. Okay, no, actually, correction. They are going to see it. They want to go see it opening day to find out the ending and then spoil it for everybody. It's like, okay, wait a second. So you're going to put money towards the thing that you're boycotting that you're not even really boycotting. Like at this point, you're just an asshole. So I guess that's where it sucks. It's awesome that great people get to find other great people, but the human centipede of crap people going out of their way to ruin movies sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I would agree.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Triv.
My thought is always that, like everything else, the internet, social media, all the rest is a tool. Those people that are going to abuse it have always abused whatever they had in front of them, be that if they're professional reviewers, opinion columns, web forums, all of that, they'd always been there. Now, having said that, there's both good and bad sides to that. And in this respect, this does give them a way to be more vocal and for their opinions to be seen by more people. How they are received is based on everything else. If you're going to say, oh, I agree with that guy, clearly he knows what he's talking about, or this guy's a total POS, I'm, screw you, block, whatever. There's always going to be those people, but they do definitely, the internet has given them a megaphone, but it's also given people that are more even-keeled a megaphone if you choose to use it, which I think all of us here are pretty even-keeled folks. You champion the things that are worth championing. You say, hey, you know what? This isn't great, but it may be up your alley. Whatever the opinion may be, you guys are all good people and you work for the good of movies and not for the bad. Mm-hmm. And, in the grand scheme, you hope that that comes out ahead. So that said, yes, the social media has definitely changed the way that movies are reviewed. In some cases, not in a good way. In some cases, a great way. But I think that the majority, like everything else, the majority is even keeled, and in the middle, it's just those guys with tiny penises are on the outskirts being assholes in the back of a Volkswagen.
Particularly when they're reviewing it without having seen it. Like, I respect people who have different opinions. Absolutely.
Oh, no.
I like to
Absolutely.
actually hear people, who love something I don't like. I want to hear your opinions about it because I want to, even if it doesn't change my opinion, I just want to hear you out because it's fascinating to me and interesting. And I want to see why it has value to others so I understand it better. And I think that makes me better as a reviewer.
Yeah.
However, like it's like the people who, like I said, review bombed Captain Marvel before it came out. That's not about the quality of the movie. It's just because you don't like Brie Larson. And that really stinks.
I know.
It does. And it sucks that they feel like they, I'm gonna sock it to whatever that thing is. It's like, no, you're not. You're just being an asshole. How does this in the moment, you're gonna sleep tonight, you're gonna wake up tomorrow morning, you're still gonna feel as bad about yourself, and you're trying to influence other people. You're trying to make people as miserable as you are. Why would you do that?
And what about the people who send death threats? Like, there was death threats to Christopher Landon when he was going to do he was going to do Scream 6, I think. Like, no movie is ever worth sending somebody a death threat. Like, that's completely asinine. And I really, it bothers me that people get so charged up behind their keyboards that they tell somebody that they shouldn't even be alive. Like, that's ridiculous. I don't care how mad the movie made you. Nobody deserves to be killed for making a movie.
All right, Jen.
It's like everyone has made really good points on this particular question. And one thing I think that is bad about being online is the hive mind mentality. We have some big people in this community, and not everyone, but I think there are some people that just before they even see a movie, they'll go, oh, this guy said it's a great movie, or this is a piece of shit. And they don't necessarily take their own opinion, and they just kind of do a hive mind thing. I know that's why a lot of people, I know Monty does it, and myself, we don't watch anyone else's reviews until we get it up, because you don't want to be even by friends, you don't want to be influenced by anyone. And there is a bad thing of some toxic hive-mindedness in the community that I find that some people just agree because they have a good and they're good people. Like the big people in our community are great. I don't always agree with them, and I love and I think the fact of discourse, like I love coming here and getting to talk to all of you guys, because even if you guys have completely different opinions of me, I love having conversations with people and talking and finding out, okay, why did you like this, or why didn't you like that? And like, we can do it, but not everybody can, and people get pissed and stuff. And there's a way to talk about movies and to have different opinions, but still be cool. We can still kid and joke with each other, but we never want to hurt anybody's feelings or go, you're an idiot if you like this movie, or you're an idiot if you don't like this movie. Clearly you don't understand the psychological aspect.
It's over your head.
You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah. And stuff, and I think that's a shame. And I love to get together with people. I always say, no matter who I'm talking with, I love it when the other person in front side of me has a completely different reaction to it. As long as they're not an asshole, you have fascinating conversations. You really do. And I think online, some of that art is being lost. And I love hearing people's different opinions and different takes on films, because that's what we're here. If we all spouted out the same thing, this would be really fucking boring. And I think it's kind of dying. But on the good side of it, we're, horror, like, I know at least when I was growing up, I grew up in a really small town. It was odd that a girl liked horror, but, and you can find your own people here. Not everyone's into horror the way we are. And it's nice to find like-minded people who can get passionate. You can go, hey, Harry, did you see that decapitation scene the other day? Most people be like, but other horror people, yeah, it was fucking awesome, right? It's nice to be with your own kind, one of us kind of thing.
Gobble gobble.
Gobble. Yes, exactly.
That's so fitting.
Yeah, it is. And that's where it's good, because you find your own kind. And there's assholes, but there's assholes in any kind of community. But I think the good people really outweigh the assholes.
And like Danny mentioned it in the chat, that's the thing too. Like, I've reviewed tons of movies where I may have not liked something, and someone will be like, "Oh, that's my favorite movie," and I'm like, "You're already one of the coolest people I've met because one of your favorite movies is a horror movie. Like, we don't have to like the same stuff for me to respect and like you."
Exactly. Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, horror gets so I can't think shit on by the mainstream anyway that I think it just bonds us all, even if we don't agree on the individual horror movies.
Exactly. And I think it's a little harder, like, and I know it's probably hard on guys too, but if you're a woman that like horror, then what's wrong with you? You know, you must be a real sicko. I got so much of that as a kid, and I am a sicko, but I'm not a nice sicko.
We love you, Jen.
We love you, Jen.
And I think in this time and place and just horror generally, like if you can laugh at what's going on screen, you know, like the gore that comes out of Terrifier, or someone being chopped into a wood chipper and you're cheering because they're an asshole, you know, that makes everything in the real world a little bit easier to deal with.
It really does. I think Jack Ketchum, which is fitting because it was his, even though he's passed, it was his birthday and he's my favorite writer. And he put out a quote that said, "I think the reason why people appreciate horror is because it shows us the beauty in life. Like, you have to look at the ugly side to really appreciate the beauty." And I totally agree 100% about that. And sometimes, you know, if you've gone through some shit, you can kind of, like, the ugliness, you can kind of, it can help you cope through shit. I know with me, it's helped me cope with a lot of shit in my head. And a movie doesn't judge you. You can rewind it and work shit out in your own head. And horror is like one of the few genres that really can make you look at some ugly things and not judge.
I mean, I honestly think overall horror fans are a lot more healthy mentally and emotionally because they're willing to confront a lot of that stuff, the ugliness in our societies and, you know, within ourselves, and explore that. It's a lot of times the people who are like, "Oh, I don't watch horror movies," that are very like, those are the people where their dark side is dark.
Yeah.
Our dark side. Our dark side is wood chippers and cats picking up cats. It's not that dark.
Yeah.
We are not pearl clutchers, damn it.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, I'll clutch pearls, but
will you clutch pearls in the back of a Volkswagen?
If it was party, yeah.
If you don't have a Volkswagen parked in your driveway right now, I'm gonna cry.
Actually, I have a Nissan. I'm trying to get a Volkswagen. It's just they're kind of expensive.
And then
See, I want you to have
life in the back of the Volkswagen.
I know. I'm gonna work on it. Maybe I'll just steal a Volkswagen and call it good.
That one.
I know that's true. Of that's kind of more true than I'd like to admit.
But pearl thong panties are a thing, Triv, and they're really cheap. You can get a thing if you really want to clutch pearls. Get a thing of pearl thong panties. I can give you some.
I've got one.
Oh, good.
I keep it for special occasions. Oh my God! Things that you didn't need to know about my animated ass. Dear God.
Oh, Trip, I thought you were a good girl.
What gave you Monty? You've known me for a couple of years now. What the hell, man? Jesus.
You got to get them in all the colors so they match. See, I'm one of those women that I love it when my underwear matches my outfit. It just makes me feel so much more put together.
Like when I'm wearing an Evil Dead shirt, but then I have my evil red panties on.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I know a guy, like, his very first date was Pink Flamingos. Like, they went to see Pink Flamingos. Him and his lady both, like, they went to it willingly. And they fell in love over, like, Pink Flamingos. Aww. And that kind of set up their relationship. And I think that's so cool.
I fell in love over Slumber Party Massacre.
Oh,
nice.
And Link, Master of Fire.
Nice. That's true love right there.
Marty said he fell in love with me when we watched Let My Puppets Come.
Oh no.
I mean, who wouldn't fall in love?
I know.
How could you not? I mean fish fellatio scene, you know, how could you not?
Exactly.
Or a Pinocchio dance scene at the end there, how could you not?
And the bestiality scene with the puppet, with the human puppet and the beastie and the dog.
Honestly, more aphrodisiac than it is movie.
Absolutely. There's something for everybody.
Yeah.
I'm with you on the guar there, Danny.
Yes! We just saw Guar. My phone drowned in fake blood at Guar.
I always wanted to see them. I still haven't.
They tour every year. We see them like every year. They're so good.
It's awesome.
It's fun. You
Yeah,
guys.
because unfortunately, when it comes to social media and what I've been listening to lately, there seems to be a group of YouTubers who just want to review on any movie that's either from Disney, has a African American, has a female lead, whether she's black or they don't like this or they don't like that, and just review bomb like they did with Captain Marvel, like they did with the Ironheart series. It's like, and they don't actually do actual criticism of films, and that's the problem that I have.
Of course they don't.
Yeah, of course
Because that would
don't.
require brains, and they lack a certain.
What they lack in brains, they make up for in assholes.
Right.
Mhm. I mean, it's just like what Cody Leach says at the end of his videos. It's like opinions are like assholes doesn't mean you have to be, but these nitwits and dopes and morons choose to be because unfortunately YouTube rewards them with the negativity that they spread all throughout online.
How dare you be woke in any way, shape, or form, even if they can't define what woke is.
I hate that people use that as an insult. Like that is supposed to be a good thing. Like it's an origin from the song. It means that you are aware of how things are. You know, you're aware that other people are also human, which is asinine. It shouldn't take you that long to figure out. But if someone tells me I'm woke, thank you. Thank you.
I am. Oh, thanks. Oh, great. I'd love to be woke. I'm woke all the time.
It's not an insult.
You know what we can pull away from
24/7.
this, away from all of the movies that we've talked about? It's the real turkeys are those assholes.
Exactly.
Moral of the story right there.
But then this is the way the country's going. I mean, with certain things that are happening in this country, I think it's spilling into everything. And these idiots, I think, are given the permission now to, we can't hide. We can kind of come out into the foreground of what they really think and believe.
Like, no, we need to go back in the basement, back in.
Like R. Kelly, get back in your
Have
closet.
Mama make you a sandwich and take a nap before you hide anything, please.
Stay away from the back of my Volkswagen.
It's like I was watching.
This squad is allowed in the back of the Volkswagen. Thank you.
Exactly.
It's like I was watching some guys.
Don't
video.
let them out.
It's like I was watching this guy's video and he was talking about Predator Badlands, and there was a person who made a comment, and I said, I respect your opinion about why you didn't like Badlands because it was a legitimate opinion, but the girl he mentioned, I said, I don't respect anything of hers because all she does in her channel is bash Disney. Anything made or released by Disney, she bashes or lambastes. She got this huge hatred for Pedro Pascal. Doesn't like anything from Marvel anymore. Just like she's got this full-on hatred, probably because unfortunately they get rewarded. The views are high. They got a high subscription rate. They got a high rate, so they decided to go on ahead and just lambast all this hatred and all this negativity, and not actually be actual criticism. But I'm glad it does not affect the horror community.
That's one thing though too, with all of those people, and maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm blue skying this a bit, but they still have to face themselves like when they turn their computers off. Yeah, they have to deal with like looking in the mirror and going, like, what level of, and maybe it's an acting thing. Maybe it's I really socked it to them, and then they go back and they kiss their mother and I don't know, go play Donkey Kong or something.
I feel like the glow of their laptop is the only light they have, so they can't see themselves, and then they just get up and do it tomorrow.
And that's the thing, though. Like I'm not judging because everybody does what they feel like they need to do to make a buck, especially in today's economy. But it's like to have to get on and to spew that much, that often, that has to leave a mark on your soul. I don't know. That's where I kind of come down.
Even just doing this stream, which I'm having fun hanging out with you guys, but I genuinely try to focus on things I like more than things I dislike. But even just talking about movies I dislike, like I'm like, it doesn't feel as good as talking about something I like. I can't imagine that's your whole internet personality is just.
I know that's just terrible. It's like how you live yourself, but hey, look,
And negativity attracts negativity, and then they wonder why
Mm.
they get hate back. It's like that's all you're putting out.
Right. And with any of those people, like I don't care if you're a reaction commentator, if you're a movie reviewer, whatever, wherever it is that you fall, like if you change your opinion in the slightest, you're gonna torque off your crowd, and they're gonna turn on you. Like you create a group of people that like turn on a dime,
Yeah.
and that crowd is gonna turn on you easily, without doubt. 20,000 subs gone without shaking a stick.
Yeah,
know?
I know, right?
Yeah, so I got a feeling because there are some other YouTubers that are pointing out these guys, and basically they already seeing that most people are not happy with these people, and hopefully they'll realize that eventually what they're doing is wrong, and then they'll finally their channels will die.
And that's a hard thing too, because there was probably a time, like I don't think, and I shouldn't say this, but for the most part, if you're getting on YouTube, any social media platform, you start out because it's something you enjoy. There's something about that particular
Right.
topic that draws you online. Because even if you're just doing face cam, just talking to them, that's still, 25 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever out of your day. And they start coming from a place of enjoying what it is that they're talking about. And they get to that place where all they're spewing is that. I don't know. That says a lot about them as people.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Well, gang, that is it. That is all the questions that we have for us. I want to once again thank Gory B Movie for joining us once again. Hopefully we'll have her on again.
This was fun,
Yes.
guys.
Amazing guest.
Yeah, I was hoping. Now, hope we got to get Dan on next time.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I gotta
He
have all of
was
you
supposed to
on.
be on
my
one
stream.
once.
All right, now, Gory, what we do when we end the show is we like to give you a chance to go on ahead and plug away what's going on next for Gory B Movies channel.
I stream Sundays and Wednesdays. So tomorrow I'm gonna have horror author and actor Ronnie Angel on, and we're gonna talk about his books and such. So it's gonna be super rad at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then I stream on Sundays too. So come check me out on the Gory B Movie channel. It'll be fun.
Yeah,
and I've got Jen coming up on a future stream, and I've had Monty recently.
Mhm.
And I want to get Triv and Sean on here on my stream.
Ah, cheers. Appreciate
Nice.
that.
That'd be cool.
Yes, I will leave a link to
You
Gory
mean you
B.
still want me, Gory, after tonight?
We actually have a lot in common as far as
Oh yeah, y'all do have a lot in common. Okay, I have a link to Gory's channel in the description box below once this stream is over with. Sean, what's coming up on the horror corner?
Well, I have a live stream coming on soon from the Morbid Hour live stream, and we're going to be talking our top 10 Universal monster films.
Nice.
Ooh, good topic.
Yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh,
Other
by
than
the
that,
way,
I don't know.
Go ahead, Sean.
No, that's it, really.
All right. Oh yeah, let's give Jason a shout out for his channel too.
Jason! There, I shouted it.
Jen, what's coming up on Jen's Reviews from the Grave?
Well, first I have to thank Sean because he was very kind and made a video just letting people know about what happened to my other channel. So thank you. So that was so kind.
That
of you,
was
Sean.
really, really cool.
That was
You're
awesome.
welcome.
That was and it was very nice what you said. So I was very touched. As far as what's going on, there's some stuff going on behind the scenes. So I have a video right now of the Tales from the Crypt all through the house, and I'm hoping to get. I want to get a Thanksgiving before the end of November. I'm thinking about talking about a movie that doesn't get talked about. That's a Thanksgiving slasher. No, it's not Thanksgiving, but it's one that I think will be interesting.
Blood Harvest?
No, it's not that.
Blood Rage?
No,
Blood Rage is the one I was thinking of. Yes, not Blood Harvest. I get the titles mixed up.
That's okay.
it's easy to do. It's easy to do. No, it's not that either. It's one that I didn't know about it until very recently. I'm like, this has potential to talk about. So,
Christy?
but I honestly, guys, I'm just not in a great headspace. There's some stuff going on behind the scenes. So if videos are a little slow, apologies. I'm going to try to keep up the Tales from the Crypt, but there's some stuff going on. So if I'm a little slow on content, I apologize.
Jen, you got to do it at your pace. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
All
do
of
it
it is
your pace.
understandable, except not telling me what the Thanksgiving movie is.
I'll tell you after the stream. Well, you might have seen it. It's from 2013.
You have to tune in.
Okay,
Is that-
well, I know. I've been watching the Tales from the Crypt. I watched John's video on Jen. I watch stuff.
All right, Chip, what's coming up on Trivia Theater?
Well, normally you'll see me in my animated form, but my animated form decided to piss off tonight. I'm guessing it's probably at the bar without me. Anyway.
And in your
Is your
Volkswagen.
Pearl song missing?
It's in
Triv?
the
Is your Pearl song
Volkswagen.
missing?
Yeah, my pearl thong is also missing, but
It's in the
that's the
back of
thing.
the Volkswagen.
yeah, exactly. That it's a hell of a place to leave it. I can't find it. It's someplace.
That's why
So if
you
you
get
end up
more
finding
than
it-
one, Triv. Get them in multiple colors.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's hard to anyway. I have to be discreet. Anyway. Coming up on my channel. So last month I did a full month of Halloween movies that were based around like first names and stuff. So I had like Evil Ed and Fried Berry and Abby and whatnot. But looking ahead, life has been a little nuts. I do have a PSA riff coming up that I'm hoping to get out here sometime within the next couple weeks. For Thanksgiving, I am doing a god-awful, I'm not even sure what to call it. It's Fun in Balloon Land. It is a very weird Riff Tracks classic, so not horror specific, but definitely horror adjacent, just because of the drunk chick doing the announcing. And hopefully I'll be back full-time in December. We'll kind of see how things roll. But anyway, you can check me out at Trivial Theater. So
Awesome.
Of course, on my channel, I have the latest recap of episode 3 of It, Welcome to Derry, along with my review of Predator Badlands. And Gory, I think you're going to love this. The latest Women in Horror episode I did with an author of a name is Janelle Sinsky. I have a hard time pronouncing her name. I think you two would love each other.
Oh my
And
gosh,
so
I
I'm
can't wait to see it. I love your Women in Horror series.
Yes. So I'm actually going to have you reach out to her. I think she'll be a great guest on Gory Talk.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'll have y'all two get together and because she's fun. She's very fun. You'll love how her and I interacted on Women in Horror. She's great. She's lovely. Yeah, so that's basically what's on the Horror Minds of Monty G's channel. So once again, I want to thank Gory B Movie for coming on. Once again, everybody in the chat, thank you very much for participating. And once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Minds of Monty G. And always remember, horror rules. All right, good night, everybody. And
Penises, everyone. Gobble, gobble,
Make sure to stuff your turkeys.
in a Volkswagen.
Pearl song.